And I'm live.
Okay,
Well, I
should
say
stop
I'm
talking
live.
about bards and whatnot.
Bards and whatnot. We love bards and whatnot.
We do like bards and whatnot. Just except when we're playing D&D, they can be very spoony.
I like spooning.
Of course you do.
This is going to be a much less professional stream. I can already feel it.
Yes, because I'm going to
I
troll
have
you.
no idea what you're talking about.
See what I mean? Much less professional stream.
I was honest about my feelings. And chances are, Lee was honest about his feelings, so...
There's nothing wrong with being honest about your feelings.
I think. Right.
Thinking hurts. Don't do it often.
Right, so I shall head over to the YouTube and watch a stream from there.
Right, good. I've done my regulatory check. As much as I could like to rely on other people, it's, you know, it's me. I like to be able to hear it's working, and I know it's working. Right, so I applied the patch. So I applied the patch since yesterday. There was a patch which updated some of the drivers' abilities based upon how well they've done in the real F1 season. So
Okay.
I'm going to have a look and see how that has affected our driver ratings, which I can do in the driver market. So Lewis Hamilton has 97 pace and has 95 overall, so naturally he's going to be the fastest. Bottas's awareness has gone down.
What do you expect?
Verstappen now has 99 pace. So on paper, Verstappen is the fastest man.
Is he? I mean, his rating's lower than Hamilton, or is it higher the better or lower the better?
Higher the better, but I'm looking at pace. Pace is out and out speed of the driver. Hamilton's is 95, Verstappen's is 99. We've got Rick Bobby at 92. Well, for his pace. Bottas. Charles Leclerc's up to 94.
I need to ask this.
Go on.
Is there going to be a album memorial service later?
Well, he didn't
brutal
die.
Murder you did performed upon him.
He didn't die.
Oh, he survived, did he?
He did just about survive, yes.
Oh, I see him there, yes. Alexander, that's his first name.
How's it going? How's it going, Cesaro? Yeah, Hamilton did win the Belgian Grand Prix in the snooze fest. I'm not surprised. He managed it perfectly, and I can't really fault him.
He's a good racer, so
exactly.
He usually does come up on top.
So here's the boy Lando, and he's my teammate. And as you can see, by the time we've added on the modifiers, Lando has 97 pace. So he is, on paper, as fast as Lewis Hamilton.
On paper.
And he did win the last race.
That he did. But be careful that he won't upend you, if you will.
Yeah, well, he hasn't.
Multiple occasions.
He's won one race this year. I've won 2 races this year.
Did you?
Yes, I won in Singapore and I won in Canada.
Yeah, but he's only had one DNF.
He has had 1 DNF. I've had 2.
That's
and
double.
I've also finished 21st and 20th and 18th and 11th. Look, anyway, I'm going to beat him.
Like he's a bit more consistent.
The lowest he's got was his very first race on your team. That was when he came 15th. From what I can see.
No, Lando's first race on my team, he switched mid-seasons. Lando's first race on my team was the British Grand Prix where he got 3rd. Now, if we want to be pedantic, I crossed the line first at the British Grand Prix.
It says 12th.
I had some penalties.
How many penalties did you have to take you from 1st to 12?
I was going that slowly. I was leading a bit of a train.
I take it that's not allowed then?
No, it was. I'd had some crashes and some track extensions.
Oh, basically there was a safety car in front of you.
Kind of, yeah. And in the same way, France, I crossed the line first, but I had a 3-second penalty, so I got 2nd.
Yeah, you're good at getting your
penalty. That one's not too bad.
But don't worry, I'm going to shorten the calendar for Season 2.
Okay, so can we...
I assume you mean Season 3.
That's what I meant, yes.
Yes.
Pretty job.
Yeah, so in the great America...
Americaland,
which it is clearly in best possible taste right now. If not, can we expect you to come first? Without getting penalties?
I would very much like to. There's a few areas where you can definitely cut corners and extend the track. But I've actually, unlike yesterday, where I came into the game cold after near enough 2 weeks off, I've actually done some practice.
Well done.
So I'm thinking I should be okay. Oh, I would like to replace my gearbox, yes. Here we go! American Grand Prix. Right. I've done the admin bit of the stream by tweeting out. Also, for those of you that are unfamiliar, this is Mike and Lee, other members of Team Incompetent, and they're going to be providing some guest commentary.
We are.
I've also got it on low latency, so you guys really shouldn't be that far behind me.
I have muted your stream on the basis that otherwise I'll hear two of you in my headphones.
And I don't blame you.
No.
Well, practice
I can only deal with one of you.
It's already bad enough if I have to hear him once.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just getting roasted.
Hey, you invited us.
I did invite you, yes, that is also true. Right, so apparently it's going to be wet in practice 1, and then it's going to be dry in practice 2 and 3.
Okay, so you get a bit of everything.
I do, yeah. All right, well, let's go into practice 1, see how wet it's going to be, because one of my sponsor objectives is set the fastest lap time. And I like to do it in practice 1 because you can run the soft tyre. I tend to find none of the other teams run the soft tyre, but that's, of course, if it's dry. So you can kind of cheese your way to getting that objective quite easily.
Question.
Answer.
Well, it's kind of already answered it, as I can see. It doesn't look overly wet. I was going to say, whereabouts in America is this track?
This is Austin, Texas.
Okay, so right now it's currently got a hurricane near it.
Right, where's the weather for the... Okay, so here's the weather for the rest of the session. So, rain.
Okay.
More rain.
Rain. And sunshine? No, rain. Or is that just one session?
In 20 minutes, it's going to be cloudy.
No. Oh, yeah.
And it's going to... Okay, so it's going to dry up by the end of the session. Marvellous. That's fine.
Okay, so I can confirm I am somewhat about 7 seconds behind you on...
That's good, because I remember before it was about 30 seconds. So me switching over... So me switching over to what I do now instead, I had it in OBS where I would hit go live and it would immediately know to go to YouTube. I've kind of manipulated my OBS to kind of tell it to go to YouTube rather than it knowing to go to it, just because I can now have some extra flexibility. It has cut out the ability for me to auto-tweet, which it used to do, and it had my chat in OBS. So, you know, some drawbacks, but it's fine.
I remember when I tried to stream in Hand of Fate 2. That didn't work.
Hey, it was your marvellous internet, right?
My internet.
That whole 0.2 Mbps upload, though.
That was great.
Good grief.
To be fair, still better than Chris's internet.
Yes.
And he's not here to defend himself.
So we can rip into him. Like, no,
I mean, what are you going to do when he just magically starts streaming tomorrow? And you're just going to be like, oh shit.
Well, I'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll probably take some... When it comes to like the Team Incompetent channel itself, it'll probably take a bit of load off of Simon as well. Because at the moment he's the only creator for that channel. Once I get my videos edited and all that, I'll start them. I'll put like the long version of a video on my channel, and I'll put the highlights on the Team Incompetent channel. So
that is also what I want to do. I'm not very good in the wet on this game. I'm not very good in the wet on any F1 games.
Then again, I did remember you almost murdered a man last race, so there's a good chance you'll actually murder someone this time.
I can never get this section right.
I tend to do okay. It's in the wet.
When I'm in dry tyres, I cannot. I've tried everything. I just go too wide on the turns I do.
I tend to be okay in the dry. The 3 practice races I did were all in the dry, so the fact this is now wet is kind of really, you know, taking me for a bit of a loop.
I don't like the fact that it puts the rain droplets on the camera.
Oh, that's to make it, like, realistic-ish, right?
Realistic-ish? I can see the top of your head down there. Right. So unless there's, like, a actual camera on the car... Actually, then again, is there? Because I remember you tweeting something about perspective racing. I don't know if that was in a game or actual thing, because I didn't really...
I can't believe you hit that.
Neither can I. That's why I went quiet. I was like, oh, this one I've definitely missed. Yeah, no, we're just gonna redo that.
You were preparing yourself to get roasted by us.
I literally, I thought I've missed that, and then it counted it.
Yeah, how could you miss that? It was right there.
Nice and delicate here. There we go. Much better.
Oh God, you are sliding around, aren't you?
Well, I've got a dry setup on.
Ah.
That would do it.
Well, there's no point in me carrying a wet setup because like the race is going to be dry.
Yeah, but you set it up in qualifying, didn't you?
Well, yes.
Art firmware doesn't apply in practice, or does it?
No, it doesn't. Not until you first leave the garage in qualifying.
So what's the point of this?
Anyway,
little bit anyway.
The point of this is to get research and development points, which is used to upgrade your car.
I see. So do you have like a time limit in which you can do this?
You have like well, you've got your free practice sessions, and then you've got a score. So the score. So I got on that previous lap. My score was 485. That gets me the green objective, which gets me 30 resource points. But if I get a score of 525, I get 50 resource points.
Oh.
And obviously, the more purple corners and sections that I do, the more collective score I get.
Okay, so purple is better than green.
Yeah.
It suits you actually, considering you love the colour purple.
That and it's in Formula 1, purple is like fastest or best, green is like PB, this is in terms of timing, and then yellow is like poo, and red is like abysmal.
Red is like you crashed.
Red's like just give up. Yeah, no, we're just gonna go. Yeah, okay.
I imagine that's what the Ferrari saw all day today.
Yeah, they just saw red,
Oh,
and that's not the actual Ferrari. That was me going.
You didn't even bother turning there. It's like, oh, no, I'm just going to carry on.
He was like Kimi Räikkönen. Where was it? Where was he that he got lost?
Brazil.
Brazil, that was it. And he got lost. He went on the track.
Can you get lost? Oh, well, I suppose I should
We'll
go
dig
back
out the
and watch
clip
that.
and show you. It's brilliant. Because you're not really an F1 fan, are you, at all?
I enjoy F1, but I'm more of a case of if I turn it on and it's on, I'll happily watch it.
You don't go out of your way to watch it.
Exactly. Mainly because I'm usually playing games.
It happens.
Or at more work.
Right, that should be...
Like I
No!
said. What do you mean, no?
I got 10 less.
Yeah, there's a delay between us there, Mike. That's why he said no. You were saying no by the time we saw you before you even got to the last corner.
Oh, he's missed that one.
I get
To
the
any
feeling this
viewers,
lap
I do
will be better.
apologise for if my comments are throwing people out of the loop, because I'm commenting as I see it, as you guys see it, because I'm not sitting next to Simon.
Or are you?
Or am I? Or am I
I mean,
deliberately delaying?
He's to sit right next to us right now.
You could, but I mean, COVID, right? Nah, it's fine.
And also, for me, it'd be about 6
Whoa!
hours to get you. I'm surprised you got that one. Oh, never mind.
No, we've balls that one up.
Oh my god.
This is me just going. No, okay. Let's try and do this a little bit seriously now.
Have you tried going slightly slower on that bit? No.
There we go.
Well,
There we go. Okay, I went a little bit easy on the brakes there, but
you have to do what you have to do.
this is better. This is better. Right.
Exactly.
We should hopefully get our purple score this lap, and then we're Gucci.
I just realised you can't actually see me shaking my head at that, but
Yeah, no, I definitely can't.
probably for the best. Probably for the best if you don't see my glorious
Visible disappointment.
face. Yes.
I don't know what kind of apex speed it wants me to try and carry through there, but that ain't it, Chief.
I imagine it's probably more difficult in conditions like this.
Yeah.
You got to remember, losing out some points because there's no DRS, remember?
I think it adjusts the target score appropriately, though. I think. I could be wrong.
I don't know if it does.
Boot it out of the final corner. There we go. There's my purple score. So yeah, you have a limit of 3 laps to do that one in. So if I failed it on that lap, Mike, I'd have had to restart the whole program.
Would you have to, or would you have done it anyway?
Maybe. Who knows? Right, tyre management. So tyre management works a little bit differently.
Okay.
Because you've never been in one of these for me to actually explain it. You've probably just watched me do it.
Yeah, I've usually just watched you do it, or I've usually just joined it. If you did explain it, I usually either joined it before and then got distracted, or joined it afterwards and not got distracted. But yeah.
Good. The rain has stopped.
Oh, good. So
Track's
what's
still
this
wet,
about
though.
tyre management?
So the way the time management works, I'll show you when I get onto it. Hopefully the track is still damp enough for me to be using the intermediate tyre. If not, I can swap to the dries. But the way this is going to work...
everyone else is using it, so...
You've still got 3... so there's still 3 laps, but you have to not wear your tyres out, and you have to hit a certain sort of time, per se.
Okay. I take it in real life, this would be how they work out how often you might need to get a pitch stop for tyres.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can see I'm up. You see the little delta time on the top right.
That's it.
So I could go really slowly, right, and get this bar in the middle into the purple.
Okay.
But if I don't hit the target lap time, it's pointless data, right?
Yeah.
It's essentially a balance of going fast and looking after the tyres.
Oh.
Yeah, that went terribly.
I imagine driving in rough's not going to do your tyres any favour.
No, that's what the bar up the top means. So right now I'm doing bad, right?
Yeah, you're red now.
But it's strapped.
And I'm really wearing them out down the straight, apparently. How the hell? What?
Maybe you should change tyre?
I think I'm gonna change to a different. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the garage and I'm gonna speed up the time a little bit and go for dry tyres.
Okay.
Right, there we go. Recommended tyre medium. Perfect. Here we go.
I think you went out at the wrong moment.
I think I did, yeah. Right, there we go. Dry track, medium tyre. Perfect.
Yeah, because they usually sort of testing like a couple of days before or on the day.
So they do practice on Friday. There's 2 practice sessions on Friday, and then there's 1 Saturday morning. Then there's qualifying Saturday afternoon, and then the race
On the Sunday.
Correct.
I see. No, that's better.
Now
Yeah,
this
upwards in the
is
green.
more what I'm used to.
Right, it was impressive that you were getting a positive delta on those intermediates.
Yeah.
I might have balls that up a little bit.
You're in the purple. Oh, well, you were in purple.
Really exceeding those track limits you are.
Thankfully, my car is known for its top speed.
There you go, back in the positive.
Back to where we used to be. So it could have been a case of the previous tyres you were using. It was more of a case of the track probably dried out a bit too much for them.
Correct,
Or-
yeah.
Well, I do notice that all the others apparently are still using those intermediates. Yeah,
There we
because
are.
that's like the little tyre symbol next to your
It is
name
indeed,
somewhere.
yeah. Right, there we go. So that's that one done. And Norris is apparently the fastest man in this session.
Oh, they're all mediums now. Okay.
Right, fuel management. So now it's similar, but with fuel.
I'm not very good at this program.
Yeah, I suck at this one as well.
So basically, you're going to try and preserve as much fuel as you can.
Correct, while still hitting a target lap time.
So going fast, but driving economically.
Correct. A lot of lift and coast.
Okay. I'll admit, the only experience I've had with actual live simulation racing games is Gran Turismo, the original one, for the PlayStation 1. And that's very wide.
It was, but thankfully it wasn't on the lap, so we're all good.
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Gran Turismo, and I was rubbish at it at first because I just picked all the red cars and just pushed X and didn't let go. And crashed into everything. As you do when you're, what, 10?
Exactly.
I think I actually did pick up Gran Turismo 5 when it came out.
I think I played a lot of
Somewhat better at that.
GT4.
Yeah, it was a wee bit better at that one, so.
I've always been more of a Forza guy than a GT, but
To be fair, I wasn't much into the racing games, and this it was like arcade racing style, like Mario Kart, Crash Team Racing,
I'm with you.
those stuff, because you can always just someone ahead of you, you can just mess up their day with a well-timed
With a well-timed
blue
power up,
shell. Yes.
I
Or-
suck at this corner so much.
No, you didn't do too bad, I don't think. E Delta was still green, so I mean, you fuel's red.
I
But
remember, Mike, he's a few seconds in front. So the corner that you thought it wasn't that corner. I know what corner he's referring to.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't exactly done too well on that lap, have I? Right, okay. That's fine. We can go again. Yeah, Lee knows exactly what corner it is. The left into the mega left.
Yeah.
It just is so hard.
the one
Okay.
a couple.
So Delta was fine, but we didn't save much fuel. We can, we can work on that.
Why don't you turn the mix down while you're going through these turns here, time? At the
I think
first,
it's. I think in the fuel management you can't turn it down. I think it's locked
know?
to standard.
Have you tried?
Hold up. Yeah, look, it's greyed out.
Oh.
I wouldn't really know where to look for that.
I brought up a little
Oh, okay,
menu. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just saw it as I was saying it. So
We're doing a bit better this time around, so.
yeah, you are.
Oh dear.
You're pretty positive in the Delta, so you could probably coast a bit more in some of the corners. The corner he's talking about is this corner here, Mike.
Oh, I see.
I know because I also hate it.
Right. Yep. That's the racing line there. I'll take a green score on that one. I like my racing line. I think it's a good racing line.
It is a very wide racing line.
Right.
You
Qualifying
don't
pace.
get penalties.
Yeah.
You didn't get a penalty, so that's that.
Yeah, I don't want to get... See, I can abuse it in practice. I'm not going to be doing that during the race.
So he says.
Yeah, I won't be. Right. This
Oh,
is the
use it in the
quali
race.
sim.
Is this the part where, in like any stream highlights, where you just cut straight to a point where you immediately abuse such a thing?
It would probably be something akin to that. Right. Rich, hot lap mode, away we go.
Alright, so we got Sainz and Hamilton up in front of you, and you're ninth
Ninth right now.
at the moment, yeah. So obviously qualifying speaks for itself. You got to get as fast a lap as you can.
Yeah, this is a qualifying simulation. That was the worst corner cut in the universe.
You got a challenge. done. So, a couple of seconds back.
Pushed it a bit too deep into that braking zone, but not dreadful. I can make up some time. Plus, to be fair, I'm not too concerned with like achieving this objective. I'm more concerned with just getting the fastest lap in the session because that gets me money.
Money's good. Money's very good.
Hey, that worked out better. It cost me like 3/10 in compared to the lap delta, but I was actually able to turn into that corner.
Yeah.
And I've taken my racing line once again.
Typical.
There we go. I don't care about our primary target. I really don't. All I care about is getting the fastest time, which I did.
Well done.
By... how much did I get it by? 1.4 seconds. Ergo, vis-a-vis, it's fine. I can't be bothered to do the race strategy anyway, so let's just move on, shall we?
Is strategy be important, or is it more of a case you just say, oh, I want to have, like, this many pit stops?
You kind of just run and it measures your wear on your tyres and your lap time and your stuff like that, but I don't, no.
Fair enough.
What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the
I'm a little concerned that Hamilton was only 1.8 seconds slower than me on the hard tyre.
Well, it is Hamilton, so...
Well, his 97 pace is going to be quite the thing.
Hmm.
Right. And now we want to advance to qualifying.
Very good, very good.
So now what we should see is the results of practice, hopefully. And we'll get our points. Look at that. 500 points for me. 320 for Big Lando. Takes us to 1,600 resource points. The team's coming along wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what I can develop for 1,600 resource points. I don't think I can get anything in for Mexico, because Mexico's literally, like, just after this race.
I see.
Because that's the thing. These things take time to develop as well. You can't just go, yes, I'll have that, please. Right, so. There is an ultimate upgrade for ERS. I do have insufficient resource points for that, though. I'm not too concerned about that. Downforce. That's DRS. That's drag. I'm also currently working on drag. That's rear downforce.
Have you got anything for fuel? Because you say that you're not always that good on.
I could get some fuel efficiency upgrades. One's the ECU and one's a fuel flow regulator. Let's do that. I could rush it for the Mexican Grand Prix.
I'm just looking at your durability upgrades, and I'm just like,
listen, let's not talk about these. To be fair, I think I should. I probably should, but not yet. Rushed upgrade. Give me.
God.
That's gonna fail. Listen, we'll worry about durability at some point.
What are your facilities like on your powertrain now? Are they?
What?
Your facilities for your powertrain?
Powertrain's at 3.
Okay. Have you got the reliability up or?
No.
No. Okay.
But I'm investing in that.
It's probably going to fail.
I'm investing in it. Don't worry. Right. Anyway.
It might fail, considering that I saw some of his rush reliability ratings was chance of failure being 52%.
Listen, it's fine. It is.
So you say.
It
Is it going to cut to
happens.
me and Lee saying "I told you so" later?
Maybe.
Yes. Well, if it does, my "I told you so" will probably be about 10 seconds after it actually happens. So.
Right. We want soft tyres. We want all of the fuel out of the car. No, I've accidentally done that thing. Right, there we go. Okay, right, and go to track. Flying lap. Let's get our first idea, first feeling on how fast we can go.
Did I just see French up on the stream?
You will have seen a French driver.
No, it was like a bit of French text that popped up very briefly, like half a second.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, messieurs, this is not a proper lap, it is a lop. Lop on. And there goes your French viewers. You can thank me later.
It's fine. I've in the unreleased podcast, I offended all of Australia. In
That you do.
in an upload, I offended half of England. So you've sorted the French. Lee, who are you going to upset?
We did do the Scottish as well. Then again, our Scottish wasn't bad, so we might have actually. No, that we're English. They've despised us in a way. Yeah. So Lee, who are you going to insult?
I would just like to say now that we here at Team Compton are not racist in any single way, and we are not liable for anything. We are just idiots.
We are.
Yeah, we are
incompetent
just
idiots.
morons.
That we are. Socially awkward idiots.
We don't mean any offence intentionally.
No. There was no malicious intent behind our words.
I can only just about
Think
get
of
the car slowed down.
Yeah, think of us like Top Gear, but without the legal team behind us.
Yeah, let's not say that.
That sounds
I mean,
terrifying, and yes,
without-
no.
Yeah, rub that one out of the stream, Simon. You can do that, right?
We would like to also say that it is, Mike, it is not adequate to rub one out on a stream. We'd like to say that now.
Too late! I'll just pull my trousers up then.
That's a bit like I was rewatching some Top Gear recently, and they were talking about being able to do things while driving, and Clarkson was telling the story about how a woman was pulled over for giving oneself pleasure, and then Clarkson was like, I could saw some wood, I could sew a button on, and James was like, oh, I could drive in a sleeping bag. No, I don't know if you could. Then Clarkson was right, we'll have a race, you in a sleeping bag, I'll sew a button on, and Hammond's like, let me guess, I have to perform an act on myself. Right, where did I lose time? I'm a second slower than my own teammate.
Not too bad.
A second in Formula 1 is about 8 years.
Well, it's still faster than my my actual voice reaching to your stream at an appropriate time. Yes.
He's hyped because Lewis won the Belgian Grand Prix and Naito beat Evil to win back the titles. Man, it was good in a lot of capacities. I still don't understand why... Like, Lee, I get your point on what you said the other day about Naito beating Evil to win back the titles, but I just don't get why he lost them in the first place.
I think it was to
What,
like
so
pick up
I'm
Evil a
trying to
little
meet
bit
them.
more. I think it was like to kind of make him like a legit threat instead of just someone who faced Naito and then instantly lost.
There we are.
That would have been a bit weird for him to do, but I feel like it would have been weirder if Evil done the whole betrayal and didn't get a win.
Because I think, like, part of it, I get that. Do you think part of it was, like, they wanted the titles on the BC and like they couldn't get J in, so they were like, right, we need to do something. I loved your description of where you were like, I can't remember if you were explaining it to me or explaining it to someone, but you went, this is like WWE putting the Universal title on Jey Uso.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I was going to say, this does sound like a WWE storyline you were just talking about there.
No, it's New Japan. It's much better.
Not a Hamilton fanboy. Hey, look, you know, it's fine. Like Hamilton, the thing is, I have nothing against Hamilton. I think his attitude stinks a bit sometimes, but I can respect how good he is. That I will say. Did anyone vote Gasly as driver of the day? I don't vote for drivers of the day. I did love the memes on when like Max retired halfway through a race and got driver of the day. That was strong. Let me get out of the way of Mr. Kevin Magnusson. Right, so this is me doing a nice slow out lap. I'm protecting my tyres. Lando, do you think I've made Lando a bit too fast?
Well, let's find out. We're about to find out.
Look, I'm totally fine with Lando beating me. Like, I have no issue with that.
Yeah, he's on your team, so
Exactly, he's part of my team.
it's all for the team. But if he left your team for whatever reason, and then he kept beating you, then there'd be problems.
Then, yes, then there would be an issue.
Then we'd have to load up Hitman and go after him.
We'd load the Lando Norris mod into Hitman. Right, here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry, real Lando Norris. If you actually are a real person that exists.
He is. He's a famous Twitch streamer and part-time Formula 1 driver.
Is he?
Real Formula 1 driver. He's not.
Real Formula 1 driving, I believe. I'm talking about Twitch streaming part.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, he does. He does very well on Twitch.
What do you know?
Don't mind me. I'm just doing an assessment for a job right now.
Cool.
What kind of job?
Construction and stuff like that, and it's asking about PPE, and it says like, which of the following is not an item of PPE? Safety shoes, gloves, face mask, a hammer.
I wonder what it could be.
I don't know.
It's the shoes. It's 100% the shoes.
It's the shoes, because the hammer is the most essential PPE you'll need to shove it up arseholes.
Well, you said it's
Sideways.
construction and stuff like that, and I'm sorry, you need a hammer for construction. You don't need special shoes.
It doesn't matter that the shoes are steel toe caps. Doesn't matter that they protect your tootsies.
I
don't need
lost so
it.
much time there.
I'm not gonna lie, some of these questions are pretty damn easy. When is
Well,
wear
it's-
PPE when it has been provided to you? Only at the start of each day, at all times when it in specified areas or activities, when a manager is nearby, or
That
none of-
one. Definitely that one.
Well, it's not wrong.
How much fuel have I got left? I can make it on the in-lap with 0.7 of a lap of fuel just to look after my tyres a little bit. I actually was a big fan of that lap. Yes, I understand I might have extended a couple of times, but it put me in second place.
I'm gonna say true on that one, but I don't know if it's a trick question. Specialist disposable PPE should only be used once. True or false?
Well, if it's disposable, then
I'm just going to throw it there. I don't know what
It's gonna be
PPE is,
false.
but is it like protective personal equipment?
Yes.
yes.
Is it actually, that's what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, personal protective equipment.
I
but
was
you're not
close.
right. You're pretty much right anyway. You just
If PPE is supplied for a task, it is up to the employee whether they wear it or not.
Also, I think this is the first time I've seen you in a stream, Double A. Are you actually Arn Anderson? And can you do a spine buster? I wouldn't normally ask that, but you've already made reference to New Japan, so I'm going to assume you're a fan of the Graps. You might be wondering why I'm deciding to do the in-lap instead of just returning to the garage, Mike.
no, actually.
Okay.
He doesn't know what that is.
No, actually, I was You were probably doing that while I was in my kitchen getting a drink. Because, believe it or not, my wire is actually long enough for me to go into the kitchen. From where my computer is.
Your place just sounds nice and like quaint and homely, and it sounds lovely.
It does. The only downside is that I've quickly filled it up with lots of rubbish.
I'm
It's
very
my
quickly
rubbish,
just
but
gonna
I like
bring
my
up
rubbish.
OBS. No, OBS isn't flagging up any errors. That was weird. Anyway. My stream health decided to drop out, but it seems fine.
Yeah, the screen just went black.
Yeah, no, that was
There
me.
we go.
That was
Was
me
that you
going to
tapping out,
OBS.
or-
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see where I am in comparison to Last Lap Lando, shall we?
Oh, that's a... Sorry, my Steam just popped up in the corner saying that one of my friends is playing Killing Floor 2. That's something we could do at some point. Because when I first played that with Chris, it was quite a bit laggy and somewhat buggy, but that was like when it first came out, so... I wonder what it's like now.
Lando is a quick boy.
He's a fast boy. And
He
you
is
have 3
fast boy. He's half a second faster than me.
Yay, I passed the assessment.
Good job.
Congratulations!
You know what? I hate my ability to, like, not breed sometimes. I
have so many questions.
I
So,
have
like,
loads of
I
questions
don't
as
really
well.
want the answers.
Okay, so I read. Here's how I read it. Which item of PPE is needed when exposed, to an exposed nose? I read it as, and I put face mask, and it said noise, not nose. And I'm like, oh, shit. And one of the answers was face mask. That's why I thought, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh dear.
I don't mean for this to come across. This is a genuine question, but I've noticed, like, have you been tested, or like has it been like for some form of dyslexia or something like that? I don't mean that offensively. I'm genuinely
You
curious.
know what it is? It's because I'm rushing and I'm not concentrating.
Yeah, he's watching the
I
stream at
sat
the same
there
time.
and it's like I'm watching the stream. I'm also trying to
Talking
do
to us.
assessment, and
It is a lot, to be
it's
fair.
wrong.
And we are throwing out stupid answers just to throw you off as well. Because we're arseholes.
That we are. Right, who's this? Seb. Go on, Seb. Off you
Oh,
go.
well, either way, I passed it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as he
Right,
passed.
here
There you
comes Charlie boy.
Which means there's only one left, and that's a noise awareness one. I'll do that late.
Go, Charlie boy.
All the others are passed, and I've done all the others. Yeah.
I need to find some space on the track for this last qualifying lap. Now, there's a Williams coming up behind me of Latifi. No, that's Jack Aitken. Hey, I remember Jack Aitken. He was part
Is he someone you murdered in a previous race?
No, he was part of Incompetent Racing Grand Prix.
Oh, he was the first one, wasn't he?
He was the second
First one. I kind of missed the first one, but he was before Norris, wasn't he?
He was indeed, yes. He was before last
Yeah,
lap Lando.
I actually do remember him now. Yes.
Right, here we go. Final lap of the session. That was a good first sector. That felt good. Oh, I got a bit of wheel spin there. I think I took a little bit too much care into the hairpin. It's cost me a lot of time.
Yeah, it did. Again, you're second at the moment.
Tried to really push the brakes into that braking zone. I'm overdriving the car now. Hamilton's popped it up to second, which I figured he would.
Qualifying complete.
I'm down to fourth. I'm down to fifth.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm abandoning the lap. I'm not going to improve. I'm down to sixth. Bloody hell.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
I knew it would be bad, but I didn't realise I would drop that much. Oh, that's frustrating. The first sector was quite strong, and it just all then fell away from me. Sixth isn't dreadful, though.
No. I mean, the last race you did, you were like last, weren't you?
I
You were
qualified.
14th or something.
I was 14th in Japan, yes.
But I mean, even then, after that, you still were. Sorry, Lee. Yeah, you were still somewhat ahead of the rest of the pack for a while, and then you just murdered Albon, and then it went downhill from there.
It did, yes.
Like
To be
calm
fair
as
as well, I was close. Okay, so Bottas and Hamilton got very close. Charlie Boy just beat me.
All that remains is the main
Okay.
event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Interesting. All right. So it looks like it's going to be a 3-horse race for victory, and me just trying to keep up. Oh, go away, Claire.
Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment?
So
My
nasty
biggest
to Claire.
rival, it's I'm gonna say, well, to be fair, picking the Mercedes drivers is a bit silly, right? Because I'm not gonna catch them. I'm gonna say Leclerc is, because he beat me earlier in the season, and I'm trying to beat him in the championship. That makes logical sense.
I'm upset you didn't choose my option.
Which was
The stewards.
the stewards. They got
Who's
every
the
bit.
biggest rival at the moment? You!
Just
Surprised
punches
you held
Claire.
me.
Say that you're happy with your performance?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh.
Whatever.
Punch Claire. She's just doing her job. Punch the cameraman instead.
Chassis great. I could punch the cameraman. Just give him a big drop kick. Is that Charlie Boy? That looked like Charlie Boy on the scales.
Oh, I put
Right.
on weight.
Into the race we must go. EIO.
Potentially stupid question. Is Leclerc French? Or is he in Swiss?
He's Monegasque, so he's from Monaco. So essentially he is French.
Oh, no, I have put on weight. It is all the garlic.
Oh.
The garlic bread.
Sacre bleu. Right, okay. So, nothing other to do other than get into the race. It's dry. I'll be fine. I get the feeling we can at least fight up to fourth. We could probably get... We can try and get a podium. Maybe.
Go for the podium. You know you want to. You know you can do it. So go!
Oh, I'm going to give it everything.
Just don't murder someone this time.
Yeah, I'm going to try going, like, hell for leather down the inside into turn 1.
Well, ignore the fact I encouraged you to try to murder everyone when they were all queued up in the last race, but yes.
Take them all out, he says.
Quick, take them all out! If you're the only racer left, you'll automatically win all the other ones.
I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't include Crofty's Easter egg in the intro to this. They were like, oh, this is a track where Raikkonen delighted fans for winning him for the first time in 114 races. But he tripped up on commentary when he first said it. Instead of saying 114 races, he said 114 years. So for the first time in 114 years, and it's like, oh yes, good job, Crofty.
Well, as we know, the finish are long-lived people. Kimi Raikkonen was racing when
He was racing when he was a fetus.
Indeed, yeah, we could go with that. As I was going to say, I don't really know any old-timey racers except Landa and Hunt, but they weren't that old-timey. They were like the 80s, weren't they?
70s.
70s. Yeah, we were in a bookstore and there was like a book about James Hunt, and I was like, oh, I liked him when I was younger. I was like, I bet you did.
He was quite the gorgeous chap, I'm not going to lie.
Long, flowing golden locks.
Charlie Boy had a grid penalty. Yes, I'm up to 5th already.
Oh, sacre bleu.
And
What the
Albon had a grid
fuck?
penalty.
That's it then. It's time
Albon?
to racing as we head to trackside for today's
No, you
race.
did. The 10-place penalty he had.
Right, so we're starting 5th. Race strategy. I'm 100% not going for a 2-stop. It's just not happening. We're going for the hard tyre, and we're gonna 1-stop. We are gonna 1-stop McGee this race,
That sounds ambitious.
but rubbish.
Potentially.
It will happen. I believe in myself. Plus, the AI will probably go for a 2-stop, and they're silly.
So you seek to maximise the...
I intend to maximise
there
my
in the
time
pit.
on exactly.
So how does the pit work? Does it just, like, take some time off...
Well, you have to use 2 different compounds of tyre.
Yeah.
Right? So, because I qualified within the top 10, I have to start on the tyres I qualified on. So,
Okay.
I have to start on these...
It would be in Q2, but I don't think it applies to it because you're on short qualifying, aren't you?
Yeah, so it is literally just... if you're in the top 10, you have to start on the tyres. That's how it works.
Okay.
But, so... It's then the aspect of you have to use different compounds of tyre. Now, I could go for a second set of these tyres, but that means I have to pit again. Or I could go for a set of medium tyres, but I don't think they will go to the end of the race. Therefore, the strategy I'm going for is for a set of soft tyres to a set of hard tyres, which are slower, but they wear less. So realistically, the plan is to not have to pit as much, because when you're in the pit, you're limited to 50 mile an hour, and then you've actually... Or 37 mile an hour at some tracks.
Okay, so...
And then you have to change the tyres, and the team can do that within 1.9 to like 3.5 seconds.
So they don't. So the race officials don't like take time off of how long you've been in the pit or anything.
No, it is purely just when you're in the pit, it's
Get in
just
there.
however long it takes.
Well, that would certainly explain why they rush everything, but I assume that was more of a case of just to get you back onto proper race properly.
It is, yes, but also as well, yeah, like
Because
the
they
you
do
know,
count that as
I'm
time.
in the pits, technically.
consistency. I watched the video. The F1 channel posted a video of the Red Bull pit crew in Spain. They did 4 pit stops. 2 of them was sub 2 seconds, 1 was 2 seconds, and 1 was 2.1. And I'm like, that level of consistency is incredible. Imagine taking your road car into a place and going, yes, I'd like 4 new tyres, please. And they've done the 4 tyres before you've even said 4 new tyres, please.
Okay, so the whole ghosting thing, that's happening on the stream right now.
Yeah, it happens. It's fine. I'm just using that warp technology.
I see.
Right. Need a decent start. You need a decent start.
Anyway, going back to the consistency of the Red Bull team, do you think that's because they drink Red Bull and it gave them wins?
Potentially.
Alright then, let's...
Go! Lights
Let's
are
go.
out and away we go. We've had a poor start. Danny Ricks had a phenomenal one. Science is up the inside. Science is... Oh, broke me front wing. Time to utilise my rule. We've got a rule around here, which is incidents on the first lap. We get to restart.
I see.
Only applies to the first lap, though. So if I
Well,
have...
that's understandable. If you have one in the second lap, then you're going to have to lump it, essentially.
Yeah. That's
Also, I
why
do
after my
apologise.
spin in Japan, I didn't just restart the race.
No, I see.
I've also had
Well,
another
you were
poor
like
start.
2 laps away from the end at that point anyway, so...
Come on! Get out the corner!
Anyway, just popping back a bit, I do apologise if any of the stream herd picked up the dog. I just suddenly barked in my street.
I didn't hear a dog.
Well, I got my window open, so I feel like I
Okay.
should do anyway.
Right, so we are away. Norris leads, Hamilton second, so Hamilton has passed Bottas. Championship leader Valtteri Bottas, I'd like to point out as well.
Who have you got a rivalry with anyway again?
I just
It's
set
here,
my
I forgot.
rivalry with Charles Leclerc, who of course has a grid penalty.
Ah.
I didn't get the best run out of that hairpin, but thankfully I don't think that's going to be a concern.
No, it looks like the others behind you didn't get a good run out of it either.
Oh, Bottas just got very sideways.
Well, He certainly doesn't like that.
This is very much going to very quickly turn into the Incompetent Racing Grand Prix and the Mercedes getting away. As we go for a big dive bomb on Bottas.
That does sound accurate.
I didn't make it look easy, Jeff. I didn't quite pull it off. There we go.
You did certainly try and get back past you then. Or
Yeah,
was that...
I'll give the AI credit. Yeah, no, he definitely tried.
He definitely backed down there, he did.
He had
Well,
to.
I was pushing him out onto the left, which is, you know, just very dirty tarmac.
Hmm.
Right.
Also, if he didn't back down, then he probably would have seen the same fate as Albon.
He may have seen the same fate as Albon, absolutely. Right, I've turned the engine down just a smidge because DRS is going to be available next lap, so I'm not really concerned about Bottas for the remainder of this lap. However, next lap. Plus, I need to save my fuel for when I switch over to the hard tyre. That's when I'm going to need it. God, I'm getting all the notifications. Oh dear. Front end did not want to stick that time around.
Ooh.
This car with the race fuel feels very, fastest final sector of the race, though. Right, we're settling into a nice rhythm.
I've been meaning to ask, what is the DRS anyway?
It is the drag reduction system.
I see.
So if you're within a second of a car ahead in a certain zone on the track, you can open it. So instead of the air hitting your rear wing, it just passes through it quite nicely.
No, so like using the other car as to minimise your air resistance.
Pretty much. Well, you've already got slipstream as well, which is obviously you get behind them because they're punching a massive hole in the air. So you get behind them to get a bit more
That was
speed.
the word I was looking for, yeah.
And then obviously you get the DRS as well. And if you then utilise part of your battery, your overtake button, you then get super speed boost, like Bottas is doing right now in my rearview mirror.
So not oh.
I lost a lot of time down there.
Oh, Bottas making a move.
In typical Bottas fashion, I don't think he was 100% sure where he wanted to go.
Well, he just wanted past you.
Well, I don't blame him there.
But to be fair, it's not the end of the world. He does get past you now because he's still got like a lot of laps to go.
This is true, but I think he
wouldn't
will
have
be
done that,
faster
but
than me. Plus, I'm being very cautious on the brakes into a few of these corners. I think I could definitely attack a bit harder. Right, here comes Bottas. He's now at my inside into turn 1.
Oh,
I'm going to keep my foot in it. Take that, Bottas.
ooh, he really wants to get past you.
Well, he is faster than me at the minute. Like, there's no arguing that. He is faster. Hamilton is all over the back of Norris as well.
He must be really frustrated that he can't get past you right now.
Well, that's fine. I've just made a mistake and let him through, basically.
Oh,
That being said, though... Valtteri, I'm coming to get you.
come back here.
All this fighting I'm doing with Bottas is stopping us from being able to either A, stick with Norris and Hamilton, or B, get away from Ricciardo.
Yeah, Piers, Hamilton and Norris are pulling away from you now.
Quite a distance.
Yeah.
I am
Is it
aware.
possible for you to get back to them, or is it?
You got to remember, Norris is in the same car as you. So what's your excuse?
I have no
He-
excuse.
He's got better pace than Simon.
He does.
Is there any way you can prove your pace, or is that just
I'm
down
pretty
to your
much.
actual skill?
This is my skill. To be honest, I am like, you know, I'm not incredible at the game. I'm what I would call okay.
I think you've diminished over the years, I feel.
I have a bit, don't get me wrong.
Well, it depends
You're,
on how.
you're the equivalent of Schumacher when he was at Mercedes right now.
Circa when we were playing in the 2012 era, that's when I was Schumacher during the 7 world titles.
You were a 7-time world champion, but now you're dying down.
You're
be fair,
getting old,
though-
you're making mistakes.
To be fair, Schumacher on his day, that Monaco pole from 2012 was still one of the best laps I've ever seen.
Well, you're about 3 seconds ahead of Ricardo.
Indeed.
I will be right back.
No worries, dude.
Andy's gone.
Just trying to, you know, keep my head down and pull out a bit of a gap to some of the cars behind. I'm not too worried about Bottas, Lando, or Hamilton at this point. I am more concerned about that midfield pack.
Is that? Well, that is where some of your great nemesis is.
It's more down to the fact that when I pit, it's about obviously where I'm going to filter back in as part of that. Thankfully, some of them also appear to be on the soft tyre, so they're going to be pitting around the same time as me.
Okay, so
And the thing is,
yeah.
as well, for the Drivers' Championship, I know that's pretty much gone because Hamilton and Bottas were in by far the best car at the start of the season, whereas as the season's gone on, we've developed this to be like as good as the Mercedes. So all I need to worry about is scoring more points than I think it's Verstappen and Leclerc are the 2 guys ahead of me in the championship.
okay.
So that's all I'm really worried about. Me beating Bottas is just a nice bonus.
Also, let's not forget that most of the AI will be doing 2 pit stops.
That's what
whereas
I
you're only
assume.
doing the one. So
That is indeed what I assume. Now they could try and go for a 1.
it depends on what tyre they go for.
Correct.
If they go for a medium, it's an iffy. If they go for a hard, then they probably won't have another pit stop. But would it be a case of you'll be able to take that to your advantage if they go hard?
What I will do is I'm going to put an extra crank of front wing on for the hard tyre. Just to get the front end in a little bit better on some of the corners. But we've now got 4 seconds to Danny Rick, and that's good.
Speaking of tyres, it was like in Gran Turismo 1 that I kind of realised that the tyres affected the grip on the track. So like soft tyres were the best for gripping the track, was it?
Aye.
And then obviously hard tyres was good for, well, in the game it was somewhat decent speed, but you might slide about a bit if you're not careful. I might be chatting shit out of my arse right now, but I can't recall.
You could be, but
It's a very long time ago.
It sounds about right. And to be honest, the AI aren't actually pitting at the moment. Now, they could do this lap. Bottas is in my slipstream and he's going to be using his overtake button. He's gone for the outside because he's a fool. That is the long way round, Valtteri. Here we go. I found I really can't get the front end in if I go on that curb wide. So I just need to avoid that curb and I should be alright. Yeah, none of the
Well,
AI pitting, so I reckon they're going to go for the 1 stop.
Also, I imagine the curb just kind of pushes your front end up a bit, so it ends up you pick some drag.
It certainly unsettles it a little bit, you know.
Hmm.
Bottas once again capitalising on my mistake. Did not mean to go down to 5th there. That really affected the behaviour of the car. That's the second track extension warning.
Stop extending the track.
I should stop extending the track. It's just so easy to do. That's the problem. If I get another one, it'll be a penalty.
Well, we don't want that.
No, that we don't. Bottas actually got out of it on the brakes. I didn't actually see him coming at me. Oh, he's hit me.
Oh, well, at least the penalty will be on him. Because he gave you a whack. Or was it you that actually gave him a whack?
No, he hit me. I think he managed to just nerf my rear end ever so slightly.
Hmm. Actually, they only give a penalty out if they think it's deliberate, wasn't it?
It's either deliberate or if it's been like
Too many times.
Yeah. Oh, now Bottas is pitting. That's interesting. I wonder what tyre he's going on. Sainz is in as well. Very interesting. Apparently we're boxing this lap. And if we're boxing this lap, that probably means that... that probably means Norris is going for another one.
Hmm. On the bright side, though, he does get him off your backside for a while.
It does, but he's going to be on the fresher tyre. So he's doing something called the undercut, which means where he's going to try and use the fresh tyre for a lap to try and overtake me. That's why, I don't know if you saw, I quickly turned my engine up to rich. So I essentially am going to get more power by burning more fuel.
Okay. Because you'll be doing a pit stop soon, won't you?
I'm going to pit the end of this lap, yes.
So it doesn't matter if you turn it, crank that all the way
Bottas has
up.
come out in traffic. Oh, thank the Lord Bottas has come out in traffic. I saw his little light blue dot, and he is behind a much slower car.
Oh, nice. So it looks like he's gambled the whatever it was called. I forgot.
For the undercut, and he's come out in traffic.
The gamble on that he didn't pay off,
Correct.
which is why you're trying to get as far as ahead so you don't come out in traffic.
Correct.
If you had to be behind a load of cars, you'd want to be behind that orange dot, ideally.
Wow.
There's not too much traffic.
Norris and
I don't know
Hamilton
how it
going
works.
around again.
Wow. Question is, do you want to risk that, or are you just gonna?
No, I'm coming in.
Alright.
Because it then means I'm going to be getting the undercut on them.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I did remember that my audio is somewhat delayed, so obviously when I said, "Are you going to risk it?" you were already in the pit.
See, look at this. Look at this. That's exactly where I wanted to be. Beautiful.
Right. Would that light blue dot in the pack behind you be our good old buddy old pal Bottas?
That would be Mr. Valtteri Bottas. You'd be very, very correct.
So you'd be like, oh, bollocks, what? Where's he from again?
He is from
Swedish?
Finland. He is the Flying Finn.
I cannot do a Finnish accent, so I will not bother.
And what's more, I am on a fresh tyre. So now what I can do is I can use this lap on my fresh tyre to try and eat into the lead that Hamilton and Norris have over me. Not that I think I'll be able to make much of an impact, because
Well,
they were about 7 seconds up the road.
It will get you closer to them, at least.
That's essentially the plan. And I shouldn't get too affected by one Lance Stroll in front of me, because I get the feeling he'll be coming in.
What about all the others, though?
They'll also be coming in very soon, I would imagine. Wow, they are carrying on. Maybe they're going to do the...
One stop. strap.
They are, but they're going to go straight to the medium, I think.
Hmm.
Now, that would be very interesting if they went straight to the medium. Then
Oh,
I'd have
wow.
been... Bottas went for the softs. Bottas is on a
Ooh.
2-stop.
The fool!
That's very foolish.
You can definitely tell I would be a Disney villain, because all Disney villains say fool a lot. Then again, we all say fool as a team, don't we? So, yeah.
I mean, fool's just a great word, as I
It
literally
is.
just drive past Stroll. That wasn't an overtake, that was just me driving past him.
Bye!
I've made a mistake.
Oh dear. Actually, looking back at the stream, didn't seem to be that bad of a mistake.
Yeah, it wasn't dreadful.
No. Because when you said that, I was expecting you to like careen off the track and into the wall or something.
Right, Norris is in. What tyre is he going to fit? I would imagine the medium. Look, loads of cars from the group ahead as well.
They're going in as well.
I have not really been affected by traffic at all this race, and it's been lovely.
Hmm.
Yeah, look, Hamilton's on the medium, so that's what Lando will be on. But I think Hamilton's come out in traffic, and Lando is ahead of all of them. Right, well, I'm just
No,
going
he
to turn
wasn't.
my engine
He was.
down.
He was in first place, so.
I've just turned my engine down to standard for a couple of reasons. One, it's obviously I'm running out of my excess fuel that I was burning. Two, it will reduce the wear. And three, well, they've already come out that far ahead of me, and they're on younger, softer tyres, so they're naturally only going to pull away from me. And my only other competition in this Grand Prix, Valtteri Bottas, has got to make another pit stop.
Yeah, so you should be good.
I
But
think
then-
I'm pretty
then again-
much good for third place.
It's like you said, like a lot of the people have just come out pit stop. Did you just say they were on soft tyres?
So
or do you
Bottas,
mean that in just general? That
Bottas,
that's-
who came out, he is on soft tyres.
He is on soft tyres. but I meant
Hamilton
when you said,
and Norris are on softer tyres. So
oh
they're
right, so
yeah, they're on the mediums by the looks of things.
all right,
So they're softer
I-
than my hard tyres, but they're not the soft tyres.
yeah. When you said softer, I just misheard that as
Yeah.
soft tyres. So
Yeah, so you see Hamilton's got the yellow marked medium.
I will in a minute. As soon as it pops up on the screen, then yep, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, so I imagine him and Norris are on the mediums, which means they can go to the end. Their tyre is younger than mine, so it's got less wear, and it's a stage softer, but it will wear faster.
Yeah. So, because they pitted a bit later, logic dictates that your tyres will basically wear at the same point where you
Pretty
were
much. So
riding.
even though mine are carrying like 10% more wear, or about 7% more wear than theirs are right now,
yours is about roughly equal to them right now.
pretty much. So Bottas is going to catch me because he's on quicker tyres, in arguably a quicker car, but he's got to pit
Alright.
again.
There he does, because enough soft tyre won't make it. And then he won't be able to catch up to you again.
That's what
Hopefully.
we can hope.
Well,
Admittedly, if
my
I keep
desk is made out of
driving
wood,
like
so I'm
I have
touching wood now.
Yeah, if I carry on driving the way that I have in this lap, he will definitely catch me. But, no, hopefully he'll just get stuck behind a bunch of traffic again. Oh, Mercedes.
Yes, sir.
It's like they're trying to finesse Bottas out of the championship. Danny Kvyat appears to have pit, so normal running order has been resumed. Of Norris leading Hamilton, leading me, leading Valtteri Bottas.
Leading Stroll, leading someone else.
Science is up to 5th now.
Ah, everyone likes science.
Science is a lovely Spanish man.
Oh, the guy. Sorry. I thought you said science.
Science.
I'm with the science team. I've been reading in my head. I've been naming in my head. I've been calling them Sanes.
Sanes. Love that.
Yeah. So you don't let me talk to pronounce a Spaniard's name, because I will probably end up butchering it, and they will probably
Punch you.
call the Armada
Or the Inquisition.
or the Inquisition. The Inquisition is more effective than the Armada. After all, you and I both know that no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Unless you should expect the unexpected.
Yes. In which case,
Don't know if Simon gets that reference, I'll be honest.
do you get that
I've
reference?
I've heard the saying, I just don't get the reference.
Ah, you've not seen Monty Python. And their flying circus.
I've seen some Monty Python. Which one is it?
They said like TV sketches.
No, I know what they are. I'm talking like which Monty Python's it from, or is it just from Monty Python in general?
Monty Python in general.
Okay.
There's TV sketches was called Monty Python Flying Circus.
Ah, okay.
So it was from one of those series. Because then you got their three main films: Life of Brian, Holy Grail, and
See, that's
what's
it.
the last one called?
I've seen those. Like they're the two I know I've seen.
I can't remember what the last one's called for the life of me.
You know your classic British comedy more than I do.
I do.
Last
This is
Monty
why it's
Python.
frustrating me. Last Monty Python film. It was
film. Oh, fuck hell. No.
Yeah. Christ. I don't want to Google it because I'll.
It's
be
like giving
frustrated
up and
myself to
cheating,
do.
right?
Yes. Oh, I just looked back at the stream where you were going very slow, but then I realised you were at a corner.
Oh, Valtteri's catching me. Isn't that adorable?
Thing.
Come back here, my friend. Let's read. I just keep going back to the Life of Brian because I know it's basically like meaning of life or something. It's not that bad. No. Well, chat, this is how
Oh,
to shut me up.
Holy Grail was the first one?
Second one.
Second
It was
one.
Life of Brian, then the Holy Grail, and then this other film which I know but I do not know.
See, I love having you guys on to guest commentate 'cause it means I don't have to talk, meaning I can actually concentrate a bit more.
It's got to be the meaning of life, surely.
Is that the actual name of the film?
Monty
feel like it's a
Python's
red
The Meaning
herring.
of life.
It feels like it's a red herring to me right now.
I can remember the picture of it, like
I know.
I'm like,
I remember that
I'm
other
pretty-
song in it. Remember that you're standing in the big old universe. The stars are all around you every day. That sort of thing, where they convince this person to become an organ
Oh,
donor
screw it,
and
I'm
they
gonna look it
literally chop them up.
I'm looking it up. Fuck
Sounds
it.
far more productive than it was.
Giving up.
Valtteri?
Uh,
Valtteri?
I was
It's
going to do the
James.
same, but I'll let you.
Okay, so films is what it says according to Wikipedia, which is always right because if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Exactly.
The first one was And Now for Something Completely Different.
Was it?
Apparently, yeah.
That must be another movie I'd never heard of.
1971.
I know.
Wow.
I know for now for something completely different. I thought that was part of their sketch series.
Yeah, apparently it's a film.
Hmm.
Then you got Holy Grail.
I was right that Holy Grail being the second one, but I was wrong about Life of Brian being the first one.
Life of Brian is the third one.
Third one.
Then it's Monty Python Live at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think that's.
Then you had Monty Python's The Meaning of Life.
I
you
was
had-
the meaning of life.
Then you had Monty Python Live, mostly.
I take it at that point some of them had passed away, so
Yeah,
I think
I
Eric
think this
Chapman
might
had
be a
passed away,
special,
though.
but they count.
I smell something burning, and I hope that's not my computer. Then again, now
It-
I also don't see a small fire, so I think everything is okay.
It could be your cat cooking breakfast for itself.
Could be.
Second breakfast.
Breakfast 2.0, electric boogaloo. Now, Bottas, you don't want to try and overtake me. You want me to try and you want me to set a personal best lap. Bottas, why'd you do this to yourself and to me?
You fool! I feel like you should have made him your rifle.
I didn't get the option. Oh no, I did. That's a lie.
That's a lie, but you wanted to go against someone a bit easier.
Yes. Even though I explained the logic and the law behind it, you went, yeah, but someone easier though. That's also mostly the reason. I think Norris has got this race won.
Good.
And I am happy for the team.
He said bitterly as he drank his second whiskey that night.
There goes Bottas in for his pit stop. See you later, Valtteri. And there goes Sainz in for his pit stop as well.
It's nice to get ahead of them.
That brings Verstappen up to 4th. He's on mediums. So he must be going to the end of the race.
What compound you going to? Oh, you've already changed after 3
He's already changed. He's on hard.
Yeah, I didn't realise.
He's on hard mode.
But now you're going to the end of a race like this.
Yeah.
Another 10 laps. Have you got 10 laps in them?
I've absolutely got 10 laps in them.
how's
Easy.
he
Look at them.
how's he
I think
feel?
I could have gone
He's
medium.
dead. Ben looks at them and says, and it says 80% worn.
Don't be silly. This isn't powered by AWS.
Sorry, go back earlier. How's your fuel looking?
Fuel is fine. It's at 0.4.
That means nothing to me.
So basically, there's no refueling in F1. So
Okay.
you are fueled to do the whole race at the start. I filled myself 2 laps over so I could use higher engine modes when I wanted to. So now I've got plus 0.4 laps, which means... Oh, Jack Aitken's out. Essentially, as long as I don't burn too much more fuel, I can go to the end quite comfortably.
Let's see. I'll take it there'll be a safety car up in a bit, or is he out in the pit?
He might have retired in a place where you don't need to call a safety car, which was part of my rant as to why there was such a safety car on the Japanese Grand Prix.
Well, just when you took him out, it wasn't quite in a safe
No,
place.
it
now,
wasn't
was it?
me taking him out. So
Yes, it was.
it wasn't. It was for when someone's car, I believe.
Sideswiped him, you murdered him in cold blood.
And that's why he's still in this race, yeah? That's why he's...
Yes, it's his brother that's racing.
It's his brother Brian Albon.
No, they
Yes.
were both called Alexander.
Ah! Verstappen appears to be closing in on me somewhat.
Oh, there he is. There he goes. Sorry, as you were saying about why you were having a rant.
So,
Right.
George
Assert
Russell's
my-
car blew up at a spot where the cars are doing 200 miles an hour. No safety car. Whoever else's car retired from that race, I think it was Pierre Gasly, I'm not sure, blew up at a spot where the cars are doing 60 miles an hour. Would you like to guess which one the safety car was called on?
60 miles per hour?
Correct!
Well, was that because it was on a corner?
No! George Russell's was on the entry to the first corner, which is where the cars are doing 200. Gasly's was on the exit of, like, the 8th corner. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I think someone's just bitter.
I am also a little bit bitter, yes.
Do you know who else is bitter about safety cars?
Go on.
Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah, probably.
Because it was like, I read in the Discord that apparently he was moaning about safety car speed. The very thing meant to slow you down.
Yeah, he was saying it was going too slow. So.
It's supposed to be slow.
Designed
should-
so that they shoot, so that people can go on the track and clear the debris. So that they don't get run over. Unlike Mr. Hamilton who thought, yeah, we should just go fast.
Well, you should be
I
grateful
imagine he
that
probably goes 50 in a 30 school zone, I reckon he does.
isn't a school zone 20?
He also strikes me as the kind of guy who wouldn't pay tax on a helicopter.
He's also striking me as a
Yeah.
Guy who would probably commit suicide who were ever caught behind a tractor.
I can imagine he'll probably get angry at the tractor.
No, okay, maybe you wouldn't go as drastic as suicide, but you know. Or worse, a combine harvester.
Come on, front end. Yeah, boy. Right, so it's going to be pretty boring status quo running.
Well, that's why you got us here to spice things up with random chatting and banter.
I'll be honest, I thought I was just watching Spa again.
To be fair, yeah. It's not the most exciting end to a race, but hey, I'll take it.
No, can't complain.
Oh dear. Kevin Magnussen. There's the safety car.
I hereby ask that they replace the safety car with the safety tractor. Just to piss Hamilton off.
Ooh, I've nearly got Emma Frost. That was completely off topic, I'm sorry.
You're far lucky
Very
man
off
to
topic,
get Emma
but you're
Frost.
fine.
I'm like, I'm only 6 yards away.
I don't know how close I am actually. I'll need to have a look after I'm done with this race, because I need to go on and get my bonus energy.
So after this race, it's Mexico, isn't it?
It is
No?
indeed Mexico.
I was reading something about
Something about
No.
Mexico.
yeah, something about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mum was for some reason chatting to Mum, and the topic of Mardi Gras came up, and I was like, oh, where did that come from? What is that? And apparently it's like the Louisiana version of the Mexico's Day of the Dead.
It is indeed.
I literally found this out today, so I knew it was something, but I wasn't sure exactly what.
I hate driving to this Delta. It's so inconsistent and dumb.
Drive to the Delta, which changes every 5 seconds. No, that's generous. Which changes every half a second. Yeah, there we go. That's more.
There we go. I
Changing
haven't
it
got to
now.
drive to a Delta anymore. I just got to catch up to
The safety queue.
Hamilton and Norris.
Actually,
Saving a bit of fuel.
Catching up to them, because they're in the safety car queue, is probably a bonus for you. But then again, it does mean the other cars behind you will have to catch up to you.
Yeah,
Correct.
but you got to remember they're on the better tyres.
They are on the better tyres. It's fine. I can just go for the absolute Hail Mary on Hamilton at the restart, provided I get a good one.
Why don't you do that thing again and go in for a pit stop for softs now?
No, you see, I haven't got a penalty and there's not only 3 laps remaining. Plus, do I have a new set of soft tyres left?
I don't know.
No, I've only got used soft tyres.
You already packed one set of soft tyres.
To be fair, I think I could have actually gone to a set of mediums when I did pit and probably have made it to the end of the race. Lesson learnt for Season 3, I think.
I do sometimes wonder why you go to the harder tyre. I just feel like it's...
I think it's because
I just
you want...
sway myself to the strategy a bit, like the actual what the game tells me, and I think I should just ignore it.
Yeah, also you
I
did
would
say
have
you just
probably
wanted
gone
to
from soft to
ensure,
medium.
like they did. I think at most times it was a case you just wanted to make sure you could get to the end of the race on just one pit stop.
Exactly. Like that one in Japan, where I pitted at the end of lap 3, lap 4. That made logical sense, right? To try and get to the end. Still, just saving fuel. I'm going to outstore Verstappen and Leclerc, provided things stay as they are.
Oh. So I take the safety car lap is literally just one lap.
Yeah, hopefully what should happen now is at the end of this lap it'll go in. It's kind of what I'm hoping.
Well,
Won't know till it gets to into the third section, will you?
Correct, yeah, so as it crosses into the third sector. But I have been able to save up a lovely bit of fuel.
Meaning you can just go straight into.
I can go straight into my high fuel mixture, try and attack Hamilton straight away. Speaking of which, let's ask Jeff some questions. I'd like to know about the driver in front, please.
It's Lewis Hamilton.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I would like to know the championship standings, please. Yeah, we will be, because I think Norris is going to overtake me if things stay as they are.
Yep.
I would like to know the fastest lap overall. A 1:33.0. See, that's interesting. I would also like teammate status. Oh, the safety car's staying out for another lap. No, it's not. Thank the Lord.
Right. Full power.
Okay, right. Now I need to focus on trying to get my tyres warm, because they are not, at the moment, very toasty.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Don't you worry. Come on, Norris. Bolt. Bolt. I've had a terrible restart. I've got wheel spin.
Oh.
Thankfully, I've got enough grunt up the hill to keep me ahead of Verstappen. Not if I make that kind of mistake, though. Verstappen's going to try it.
Well, don't make a mistake. You should be good.
Didn't have a huge amount of grip on the restart, but
That was because your tyres were cold.
indeed.
Colder than my freezer. I was going to say hearts, but I'm not cold-hearted at all.
Right, I'm going to utilise Rich Mix
Probably.
for the
You reckon-
rest of this Grand Prix, as much as I
Yeah.
can.
I was going to say, could you probably leave it on Rich Mix for the rest of the race? Because you've
I'll-
already got 4 laps.
I'll take a look, and the closer I am to the end, I'll be able to make a calculated decision.
Okay.
I don't think I am, Jeff, you know. Definitely lost a bit of front end grip there, but there we go. Much more reasonable through turn 1. Beautiful. That was quite the exit. We've got 1.0 laps. Okay, so I've got another couple laps in Rich Mix in me.
Okay, that's good. Would it be enough to take you to the end, or?
No.
Okay. So you would have to go down 1.
Yeah, I'll drop it down to standard mix, probably at the end of lap 26.
I'll admit, this the main reason I wouldn't play this kind of game, apart from the fact that I'm not overly invested in racing simulator games, is the basis that all this fuel
There's a lot of management.
micromanagement, I will admit, is my biggest weakness in strategy games as well. Micromanaging.
Right, so this is now the concerning point because DRS is now enabled.
I think strategy games like Dawn of War, it doesn't overly
No, there's not too much management. in those.
management. It's like just toss a grenade, but most times you can just tell your troops just aim at this one specific target and just turn him into mincemeat. Whereas games like Warcraft 3, for example, it's some of the units are like it goes somewhat rock paper scissors, doesn't it? So it is a case of you have to be a bit more micromanaging. I'm terrible at remembering who's good against who, so that's why I love Dawn of War, because the first one especially, because you could literally just, especially for like a 12-year-old, you could just literally select all your space marines and have them charge at the enemy.
Yeah, although they did make more of a rock paper scissors in near the end of it in Soulstorm, didn't they? When they added flying
somewhat.
units and stuff like that.
It was just for the flying units, rock paper scissors bit, but to be fair, I never really used them that much. I used the Imperial Guards bombers in Soulstorm quite a bit, just to see how much I could abuse the fact that I could fly over the strongholds in the stronghold missions and just bomb it to Kingdom Come. It took a lot of brave pilots, and a lot of brave pilots died. So now I know.
I feel like I'm very sneaky in strategy games, and Simon can vouch for me on this.
He's very sneaky.
Um,
Also, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but Hamilton's getting real close.
As in close to your front?
Close to my front, yes.
Well, obviously, because he's in front of you, but I mean,
could
It-
take him.
or-
If you can get him DRS on.
or is it? I was.
How many times have you exceeded track limits?
I think
No,
not enough for a penalty.
I don't
so
even
far.
want to get involved in that conversation. Oh, I've just got to stay close. Oh, I'm gonna have DRS.
Come on.
I'm gonna have DRS.
You don't have DRS. They got disabled, didn't they? Or
No.
was that something
They've
else?
been re-enabled. They got
Oh.
re-enabled last lap.
Oh, Hamilton, you are mine, son.
You just got to get a
Come
good
here.
exit on this corner.
No, I don't. I've got an absolute atom bomb behind me.
That is somewhat troubling.
Come on, dive bomb, dive bomb.
Later, Lewis.
Engage to Stuka Sirens.
Come on! Nicely done.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
Oh shit, there's still another lap left.
No, it's fine.
I just realised, I was like, yeah, I thought this was the last lap, and I was like, ah.
Well, to be fair though, it's probably easier keeping someone behind you than it is in front of you.
True.
So all you need to do is just try and play chicken with them on the corners.
All I need to do is get out of DRS range, and I can
Right.
safely say that's victory over Hamilton for me.
Which you are getting good at, because you're pulling away from him. As soon as I say that, I just noticed time
That's fine.
indicator to shrink a bit, so... That could have been closer out the corner.
The detection points out of this section. Oh, I'm well over a second. Well over a second. I think he's going to get eaten alive by Verstappen, I
Verstappen.
think.
And maybe Vettel, if Vettel puts his foot down. Probably not.
Verstappen's closing up on him.
Vettel's in a Ferrari, isn't he? So the red dots are Ferraris.
Correct. Hamilton stayed ahead of Verstappen, which is good because I still need more points than Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship. No, Verstappen's now ahead of him.
Is that troublesome for you, or is it
No, I'm still going to outscore Verstappen.
just more of a case of it would have been better if...
It would have been even more
Hamilton-
points. It would have been... I think if it had stayed as it was, I'd have got 6 more points. Now I'm only going to get 3 more points.
I see.
But still, Lando Norris is going to win the USA Grand Prix, and it's a 1-2 for Incompetent Racing Grand Prix.
Nice. Out of interest, is Norris British or is
Third?
he?
Second,
Yeah.
there we go. Whew, that's better. Norris is British, yes.
I like the fact that it just popped up third. What? Second. Oh. Yeah, so it looks like the United Kingdom's on. Oh no, Verstappen took third place, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so United Kingdom's got top 2, and then Finland's got the third. Also, I like the fact, I've obviously noticed this earlier, but I like the fact that your racing suit is literally a suit. It's a tuxedo.
Also, Verstappen isn't from Finland.
Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Raikkonen, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. I was like, he's from Netherlands.
Verstappen?
Yeah,
He's in Netherlands.
he's Dutch.
So I like the fact that in these cutscenes, Simon's always quiet just because he's appreciating the cutscene, and then here we are just talking over it, just ruining his immersion.
I'm just very happy that very happy that I managed to get a 1-2. Like I thought it was going to be third, and if Bottas had managed to get me, and if he was on the same strategy, it would have been fourth. So to get second is
It
that's
certainly
mega.
makes up for the Japanese Grand Prix.
It does. It really does. That 2-stop, Bottas got 10th. 10th.
What did he do? Because he was.
Done
Oh
another
no,
pit
I'm thinking
stop.
of. I know. I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of someone else here. Sorry. Yeah. He must have done a pit stop. Oh, this is a sad day for Renault. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Sorry for a moment. I thought. Yeah, Hamilton's with Mercedes now, isn't he?
Yeah, Albon got 17th as well. Wow. Okay. So we got that 1-2. Let's have a little look at who finished where.
Great work out there today.
Oh, Claire. I'll actually talk to you because I actually had a good result.
Your team secured the top 2 positions.
Ah, she was starting to wonder whether you didn't like her.
Winning combination.
We are winning in every sense of the word. We are
You
phenomenal.
were cutting your way through the field during the race.
I was, and it was all thanks to the raw horsepower of the car, because that straight line speed is mwah!
Seeing your teammate up there.
So, to the wonderful commentary provided by your team incompetent members.
Good old incompetent racing Grand Prix.
Teammate is up on the podium today. This is a great thing for the team, isn't it?
Yes, it's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Apparently my durability department got, praise out of that answer. And destroyed Leclerc 5-2. Marvellous. How much money did we get as a team? Show me the money!
It is I, Leclerc.
I'm getting on for Team Acclaim 19. Where's the money? Show me the money. 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 Nice. Nice. We got fat stacks.
So much fat stacks that old Shane McMack would be jelly.
20 million. Right, let's manage the sponsors. Atlantic have been good, but I get the feeling now we could actually get a better one. So I want one with, I want the goal bonus 7. So the goal bonus of 7 is score 20 Constructors' Championship points during a race weekend. That's pretty solid. Achieve and hold first position for 3 laps. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I think earlier in the season you could have done it. I think? I don't know. When I started watching these regularly, you seem to be getting first quite often.
Achieve the fastest lap in any session. That's one that I already have. I'm sorting this by goal bonus, so it's the most amount of money for achieving the goal. I feel this 7 one... Oh, no, wait, no, there are other ones with a higher bonus. Hello. Ah, here we go. Achieve at least 1 podium position within the team. I really want to go for that one, because I feel between me and Norris we could do that. Achieve pole position during qualifying and win the race. No, thank you. Achieve 100 laps. No, thank you. Achieve pole. Xenon Dynamics. Achieve a podium finish. But isn't that just...
What you just done?
I'm going for this one. I'm going for Zenair. The gold bonus is huge, and it's achieved 1 podium within the team. So that means Norris could get the podium, and we still get the money.
Yeah, because it's as a team.
Dude,
they're only sponsoring your team.
That's my
not,
sponsor.
You.
That's my sponsor right there.
What does Zenair do anyway?
I don't know. They're a fake sponsor, so...
Oh, they're fake, are they?
Yeah, they ain't real. Right, Atlantic is off the car. Zenair is now on it. Bam. I don't want Neon there. No, I want Zenair. Neon goes there. Suju goes there, and TriStar goes there. TriStar is there and there. Suju is there and there. Neon is there. Zenair is there. And then TriStar is there. Marvellous. 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 So I have money now. And I think...
Everyone likes money.
Didn't I... I probably didn't save it when I tried to upgrade my facilities. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go. I'm investing in durability now. See, Lee, you can now be assured that I am investing in durability.
Shame about your fuel... what's it called? Word?
My fuel, what's it called? My fuel efficiency.
Yes, that is the word. I'm ashamed that word just jumped out of my brain.
That'll be coming in like a few moments. Activities. How many days? We have 2 days. Podium celebration party. We could have that.
Yes, but will that do anything for the car?
No, that's why I'm putting Norris in simulator training to get 2 extra experience.
Good. Good. You that
now
simulator.
Will I get my fuel flow regulator upgrade? Am I gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? Survey says no. Why? Oh man, that sucks.
Well, that seems somewhat simpler track.
Mexico's a good track. I love Mexico. Right, okay.
0% failure chance.
Yeah, it's because it's already failed. Right, so we're tied on points with Verstappen. So we as a team are tied on points with Verstappen. And we are 11 behind Leclerc. 3 races left. Norris is catching up to me. Me and Norris now have the same amount of wins this season.
Nice. You might want to keep him on your team, just to say.
Well, I'm going to keep him on the team for Season 3, and then, depending on how things fall, will depend on how Season 4 looks. I don't intend on spending any more money on, like, development and stuff like that, so... Okay, right. Well, I'm going to grab a drink and such, so I will be back momentarily. Don't go away, stream. I love you.
And now it's up to me and Lee to fill in the gaps.
What are we going to fill it in with?
Cement!
What's the worst thing you've ever done in your life, Mike?
Oh, don't get me started.
This will make good content right now. Come on.
Christ. It's not the worst thing I've done in my life, but the most thing that I wake up at night feeling the most guilty about is the one time I sold a single sweet from the store at the zoo. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just the one that plagues me at night. Just thinking, why? No one cares. It's a single cola bottle.
So you literally went to the zoo?
Yeah.
And you stole a cola bottle?
Because
like the sweet version, not a bottle.
The sweet version, yeah. Because my friend was upset he couldn't afford a sweet, so I stole him one, and then he ratted me out.
He ratted you out?
Yeah, so we weren't friends after that. And they never found his body.
You shouldn't really say stuff like that on this stream.
Well, obviously it's not true.
What, the cola bottle, or...?
The fact that they never found his body. They found his body, no, I'm joking. No, I didn't do anything to him. I just stopped talking to him, sorry. In my 5-year-old wrath, I stopped talking to him. Which is why it's weird that this is the one event that plagues me in my life. I think I've done worse though. I just cannot think of it though.
Okay.
I'll probably blurt it out some point in time in the next race, and he'll be very confused.
Probably.
I should probably try and blurt it out in his next race just to make him think, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
What about you then, Lee? What's the worst thing you have done?
Worst thing I've ever done. I tried to eat a Terry's chocolate orange hole.
That doesn't sound like the worst thing you've done. That sounds like the most amusing thing you've done.
So it took
Amusing for me, at least.
It took 6 days to melt.
Didn't you try drinking anything hot with it? Because then it would have
It was
taken
covering my
quicker.
whole thing. I could only breathe through my nose.
Pour it down your nostrils. I don't care.
How would that work?
Because obviously your nostrils is connected to your gullet, so eventually the hot steam coming out from behind your nostrils up the gullet to your mouth would have helped melt it.
That would have been a bit more effort. I just waited. That was a
Waited
good
for
week
what?
off, that was.
Oh, okay.
Waiting
Oh
for
yeah,
it to
you're.
melt.
That works, I guess. Actually, come to
Like mine wasn't as bad as yours, to be honest.
mine. Yours wasn't illegal, that's for sure.
Yeah, but
And
I
again-
didn't do anything illegal. You're the criminal here.
I was trying out for Moriarty position, but
I'm hoping
it didn't work.
There's going to be a highlight of this, and you know what? I'll be willing to do it. I'm going to get a picture of you and put like a criminal mask on you.
if you make
Like
it
you'll look like the do you know the Hamburglar from McDonald's? Gonna make you look like that.
No, I'm trying to lose weight. Damn it!
Wasn't that fat? Was he? Was the Hamburglar?
He was chubby. The
Oh,
Hamburger.
I don't know. Let's have a look.
He was a chubby boy. And I'm more insult. Actually, no. I think the Hamburglar's ginger, isn't he? Hamburglar. I'm actually googling this.
There's a Hamburglar gif. No, I wouldn't say he was fat. He just seemed normal.
No, it's just the way.
There's a real
it is.
person. There's a real person. He's pretty skinny.
That's true, and he actually does look like a burglar. So it actually looks more like someone from Persona, really.
What have I come back to?
Oh, we were discussing horrible things we've done in our past.
Mike's a burglar. He done something illegal. And he just did it freely on stream.
I'm sure the statute of limitation have probably gone past by this point, right?
It has indeed, because statute of limitations is 20 years, I believe.
Right, go to race weekend.
That's the standard statute limitations, anyways. 20 years. Actually, let's Google that now. So, any FBI people watching, you don't actually have jurisdiction over me because I am not an American citizen. So.
It is right. You are not a Yankee Doodle.
However, UK police watching this, they have jurisdiction, so I will cooperate as long as I get a decent plea bargain. Right, statue.
McDonald's characters still exist, or do
Apparently,
they don't use them anymore?
limit.
What like the Hamburglar and stuff like that?
Burglar. You had Ronald McDonald.
I'm pretty sure they are long dead.
Oh,
There was a bird, wasn't there?
there is no statute of limitations in the UK.
Oh well, there you
But there are time limits for civil cases. I
go.
don't
Was
think
this a
there's one
civil
for
case?
Well, I was forgiven by
Sounds
the
pretty
nice
civil to me.
lady.
Wikipedia.
No, I just googled it and it just came up with the first.
I
thing that
found
came up with
I found the McDonald's Wikipedia.
Oh my
The
God.
Macapedia.
I did when I was looking at a hamburger on Google. There was McDonald Land next to that, and apparently that stopped in 2003. That was around in 1971. And I've just seen a picture of the Hamburglar giving hamburgers to Donald Trump.
Because that's what we need to see. That's what the internet needs in these trying times.
Justice Department condemns Trump for pardoning the Hamburglar. This is obviously fake, but it makes me giggle.
When did this happen? When
I
was
don't,
it?
I don't think he's actually done it because that certainly didn't pop up in Twitter, and they all had a moan about that. But
No, I've just gone on this McDonald's Wikipedia and I'm finding out stuff, and I'm like,
wait, is there actually lore behind this?
no, it gives you all like stuff that they've done before in the past. And there's one called the Mighty Wings.
Wait, what? McDonald's did wings?
Apparently, was on the menu item from 2013 and ending in early 2014.
Liars. I see through the lies of the Jedi.
I mean,
Well, apparently all the McDonald's characters are this. You know, we all know Ronald McDonald, the big clown. Yeah. Then there was the Hamburglar. Then Grimace apparently was someone. A large purple monster who was first introduced in November 1971 as Evil Grimace. Oh, he's a bad guy, I guess. Then Mayor McCheese.
I mean, he's called evil, right?
Well, he was just called Grimace, but then it changed it to Evil Grimace.
Mayor McCheese?
Yes, Mayor McCheese, who was a part of a lawsuit because he looked too much like another character that existed. So
That's
I don't know what happened to him.
absolutely phenomenal.
There was also Officer Big Mac. He spends most of his time chasing the Hamburglar and Captain Crook, who, speaking of which, Captain Crook is a pirate captain. Oh my god, this... obviously he steals fillets of fish sandwiches.
Bloody fillet of fish.
A professor, that actually sounds far too... Oh, well, he was McDonald Land's inventor and researcher. What the hell did he do? Oh, apparently, what did he do? Apparently, he invented devices through McDonald Land, like the psychedelic electronic hamburger machine, which only made pumpkins for some reason, the dinner gone, an invisible car that helped Ronald McDonald get to McDonald's to meet with the kids, and a magnetic bat. Oh,
It
and
sounds
also
like some kind of nightmare fuel. I'm not gonna lie to
It
you,
is.
boys.
also the Chicken McNugget Diplomatic. Well, this is certainly crazy. I mean, we all thought WWE had very strange gimmicks, but hell, they could just have gone to McDonald Land for their gimmicks.
I want the diplomatic. I need some more details on this.
It
On
it
this
doesn't give
Diplomatic.
details. It just says the Diplomatic. I imagine it just made dips for the McNuggets. Oh yeah, the Fry Kids, who aren't the like Fry Kids, as in Stephen Fry and his brothers and sisters, if he had any. No, it's like they were introduced as goblins. They're small, shaggy, ball-like creatures with legs and no arms that try to steal other characters' French fries.
Bandits. Bandits, I tell you.
Yes, Birdie the Early Bird was another character, who I'm assuming a yellow bird wearing a pink jumpsuit. So obviously the pink jumpsuit stopped Sesame Street from having a go at them. The Happy Meal Gang, they are very happy people, and they Happy Meal hamburger. What? Happy Meal fries. Happy Meal drink. What is this? Uncle O Grimace. So I'm assuming it's like the Grimace, but a new, friendlier version. Cosmec, an alien. The McNugget Buddies. Anthropomorphic, regular-sized chicken McNuggets. They were. Christ. Then it kind of waters down a bit, like Bernice, Fulcher, Sunday. Oh, for God's sake. A character called I Am Hungry. He was only around for 3 years, so I wonder why. And Mike the Microphone. Jesus Christ. What have I just read?
A bunch of twat by the sounds of it.
All the different meals they do all over the world, and I'm like, I'm falling into a hole here.
Don't fall into the black hole of McDonald's.
Oh, it looks fantastic. A double Big Mac.
That sounds like the greatest thing in the known
does.
universe. Please tell me more.
It does. I imagine it's a Big Mac, but two.
Double version of the Big Mac with an additional 2 patties.
Ah.
US in 2020.
Simon, I'll just click back on the stream to see you slide about.
I was in the process of losing the car, yes.
Was it the talk of McDonald's that made you do this?
Listen, I was distracted.
It could have been worse. We could have been talking about
Did
Frog
KFC.
sacks.
Pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a real
Actually, did KFC do any gimmicks?
Probably.
The only gimmick for KFC is like the Colonel, and he was a real person. So
Right, time management. Let's try time management on the wet tire.
I know you can probably make like the Colonel Sanders in WWE. games.
People have done it.
Yeah, and they made Donald McDonald. Oh, speaking of WWE games, I kind of want to make a character who is French, and his finishing signature move is the jackhammer, but he calls it Le Choc Hammer.
I was going to say, we had a French character. He was
And
called
his name-
La Maniaque.
And this character's name was going to be Choc Hammer.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I've come up with the best characters ever. I have.
To be fair, yeah. Your characters were strong. Mine were weak by comparison.
Yeah. Good old
Jackhammer.
Baron Sucker.
But monsieur, this is not a jackhammer, it is a Choc Hammer! Boom!
Yes.
Oh,
That
and he
went
did like
well.
the stereotypical French laugh as he pinned the person.
I had Baron von Sucker
Oh,
Francisco Rodriguez.
and Victor de Moyes.
Victor de Moyes, yes.
I think in 2K16 I made a guy in a basically big biker outfit that kept the helmet on during matches, had a skull behind it, and I called him the Grim Reaper. He literally had no other name.
I even came up with the whole gimmicks for the characters. Okay.
That was a gimmick for someone, the Grim
Baron von
Reaper.
Sucker was the German war machine.
He was the German war machine. Who was the one who had the rear that made the ladies cheer?
Francesco Rodriguez, the King of Milan. I don't even know if Milan has a king. I don't
It does now.
It never did, I don't think.
It does now with Francesco
Oh,
Rodriguez, and he was a cousin to Baron von Sucker.
He was the Baron's cousin, yes.
Were they related at some point during World War II, by any chance?
Possibly.
That's the one gimmick we didn't come up with, Lee. We never came up with war gimmicks.
Oh, the War Machine.
maybe.
Baron von
Yes,
Sucker,
but
that
he
sounds
never
like-
drove to the ring in a tank, and I think that was a missed opportunity by us.
We never had that option, did we? That's unfortunate.
I think the best war gimmick I've come up with was a character called Krieg, and he was literally going to be like war incarnate. And the thing is, I've got in my head like if he ever got injured in real life, then someone else would just put the costume on, because essentially making Krieg to be like this everyman. He could be
Krieg.
anyone. He could be you. He could even be me. And his entrance was going to be the Art of War by Sabaton.
I came up with, who else did I come up with? I came up with. Oh god, I can't remember his name. Oh, I feel so bad now.
I'm just going to see your Steam thing pop up and going into through a lot of WWE games, just trying to find this character. Unless you had it on Xbox.
What was his name?
What was
Aldo.
his name?
Aldo.
Oh, Aldo Sal Ramirez, the Mexican speedster.
Mexican speedster.
I came up with that one.
He came up on the fly with that. That was great.
Yeah, that's why you couldn't remember it.
Well, no, like Lee did everything, but I gave him his nickname.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
It's because so he glitched out. So, like, have you seen the CW series The Flash?
I know of it. I can't remember if I've
So
seen this
the way they sort of display it in there, that their speed, like they vibrate and like phase through things, and he glitched out with the brilliant physics of the WWE game and started vibrating, and I was like, he's the Mexican speedster.
Oh, those IPW moments.
Those IPW days.
Oh, can't believe we never fully got.
I wish we had the time to commit to that. We did a year's worth of booking.
Yep. I've still got all the notes on my computer, everything we were going to do. Oh, that was going to be fantastic. I made all the belts as well.
There were some gorgeous belts as well.
The rain is passing.
I have a knack for design every so often.
When you really get something that you want to like put your teeth into, you really get something.
Yep.
And that belt was comfortable for the one time I wore it.
Well, not that belt. We're talking
No.
about in the game.
And plus that belt
Oh,
as well.
right.
That was the WWE shop version. He then got an actual belt,
Yeah.
like heavy boy.
Official heavy one.
And
Oh,
didn't you
right.
whack Simon with it, or did Simon whack
No.
you with the briefcase? Who whacked who?
Each other with the current one. I think Simon has hit me with the briefcase. He hasn't hit me with the title. I've still
No.
got the old title.
And you super kicked the briefcase into my face.
Yes. I kind of done a kind of a what's it called a Van Daminator on you, but with a briefcase instead of a chair.
Give us some consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy.
Well, I can tell you for one thing, you'd never catch me doing a Hurricane on one of you.
Hurricane Rama.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
he was right the first time. A
Hurricane.
hurricana.
A Hurricane.
I may have mispronounced this word, because I'm thinking of hurricane and then adding
You know, Canaan the hurricane.
What about his Canaanites?
The old Canaanites.
Canaanites?
Don't you mean Hurricane Helms?
I can't remember. I'm a fool.
Just throwing random wrestling references in now.
Do you think I'm going to
Yeah.
hit the Delta?
I don't know, are you?
Possibly. Only just, I reckon.
You should be fine.
Oh, you're doing race strategy.
I normally do the race strategy. ERS management is the one I never do.
I found that quite easy, ERS management.
I just remember in 2018 it was really hard and I've never done it since.
All you have to do is just like turn it down low and it will just like fly up, it will. If you just like turn it off completely, the bar literally just flies up into the purple, it does.
That's fair enough.
So you just have to do like one sector with it in low and then just speed the rest of the way on.
That sounds like a cheeky way of doing it.
Well, that's all
Sounds like
this
an
is
interesting
really.
way.
It's like the tyre wear strategy. There's normally one corner on each track where you can like cheese it. So as long as you like do really well at one corner, your bar will just go all the way to like purple. I'm running 6.6 wings at the minute, but I'm going to drop it down to like 4.4 for the race.
I take it you're speaking about wing angle here, so
High. The
Six-
higher the
six
wing
to wing
angle,
and
the lower the... Well, sorry, essentially the higher the wing angle, the lower the top speed. And this is Mexico, and you said there was that one giant straight, right?
which is where you turn it down to get the most of the speed.
Correct. God, this track is great fun.
I take it this track will survive your track purges. And it shall feature in Season 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I had it my way, it'd be the finale, but Brazil exists, and Brazil is still a great track.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data.
Ah.
Stay focused.
If I ever decide to do the My Driver career mode, I'll do it as just a 10 race calendar, and I'll just pick my absolute 10 favourite tracks.
Aren't you doing a My Driver?
No, this is my
Really?
team.
Oh, as a team. There's
Yes.
two different ones. I
Yeah,
see.
so I made my team, which is where you make a team, and you've got like the driver you got like the driver market and everything like that. And then you've got the My Driver career, which is where you just like, I want to join Renault.
Who wants to join Renault though?
Well, I
Really,
did.
you should have done, if you were really smart, you should have done My Driver, done that first, do one season of that, then start your own F1 team.
That would have been
Could have done.
That would have been quite a smart idea, but the views
Save
though.
that. Save that for 2021.
If they had my driver, I think they're going to get rid of it.
Because people just go on Teams now, I imagine.
It's just better, more management, and it's more enjoyable.
Hmm.
There's something about being able to craft your own team.
Oh, it's superb, and they're only going to add to it, right?
Yeah.
Then again, we don't know what production teams are like in these games. Is it 2K?
Very reliable they are.
Is this 2K?
No,
No,
it's
it's-
Codemasters.
Cobar. Okay, reliable then.
British. British.
They've
Call of
done
Duty.
good, they've done good on the game every single year.
They've made it better every year.
Good. Because I mean, I remember looking at reviews for 2K 2020 for the wrestling game, and that just bombed.
Yeah, that was bad.
Release date, it's buggy as hell and it
That's
crashes.
one of the few games I looked at all the pre-release material and actually went, "Do you know what? It's not worth it." Normally I will give it a chance. That one I actually went, no. And you know how much of a fan I am.
I do.
Like,
I
I've
do.
owned every wrestling game since SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. And I went, nah, not for me. Lee bought it, didn't you, Lee?
Yep.
Regret it?
It's alright, it's just glitchy as anything. I wasn't impressed, and the creation seemed to
Lack something.
go downhill. It's like, how did you fuck it up?
But
much?
to be fair, it could have been worse. You could have bought Murdered Soul Suspect.
I remember, wow, you tried to
remember that
hype
guy.
Chris up on that game.
It
You really tried to
It
hype.
was
I actually remember you
so
talking about that as well.
interesting. I remember the premise. I was like, "This is such a cool idea." And to be fair, I will
Cool
still
idea,
stand by it. The
just
idea is
didn't
very
work.
cool. The problem is the execution was dreadful.
Subpar. I was actually being a bit generous with it, but yes, you're right. It was as Top Gear would say, ambitious,
but
but
rubbish.
Well done. I saw that. Team
Don't think there's any risk of me not hitting the Delta on the qualifying lap. I did it.
And the sun's out in the game, so it's all good. The
Right,
sun's
that
out in
is
real life as well.
everything done.
Oh, sun's setting. Setting. What time is it?
Approximately
That's
freckle
upsetting.
past hair.
Yeah, that is, yes.
Is a 1 minute 13.5.
I am 2.5 seconds faster than Valtteri Bottas.
Perfect.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. The captain, Norris, and Charles Leclerc.
Marvellous. Absolutely, positively glorious. Ooh, baby boy. Right, let's just simulate these boys.
Oh, I'm gonna have dinner tonight. Question is, do I want to cook something, or do I want to just go for something simple?
Might get McDonald's tomorrow.
Is this
Ooh.
because we were talking about the Hamburglar?
Yeah, probably. And I was looking at all those amazing stuff on like,
And then I was reading off all the
Yeah.
gimmicks.
all these stuff that we do not have, like the loaded fries. I was like, I'm sold on these loaded fries.
Oh, the loaded fries.
I like the idea of a McDonald's tomorrow as well.
They
I
were
like
fries
chips
that were
with-
served up with either tomato basil based sauce,
Mmm.
a bacon and cheese sauce,
Oh,
or a garlic and pepper sauce.
they all sound incredible.
And in New Zealand, they would sell the fries with bacon and cheese sauce and a sweet chili and pepper toppings.
Not bad, not bad.
Right, last 3 races of the year means nice shiny
Yeah.
engine.
Their fries and sold them with a gravy sauce.
Gravy, you say?
Interesting.
Is there any R&D I can do?
I don't know. Is there any R&D?
Weight redistribution, minor tyre wear, minor brakes. Nah.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Okay,
The land,
I'll bite.
sea, and air burger
Oh, I've heard about that.
that contains 2 beef patties, 2 chicken patties, and 2 fillet of fish patties in a Big Mac or a Double Mac. Apparently, it's on the secret menu. It's a secret menu.
It is allegedly on the secret menu. Why?
How does one get access to the secret menu?
Oh, you just walk up there and be like, "Give me this."
I know the secret menu.
Oh, it's
Now
Ray
give me
Ray.
this.
He's found me. How you doing, good sir?
He's found you. How long has been searching for you?
He said wave, implying that my camera would be on. The fool. The thing is, I kind of want to put my camera on for these streams, but I don't know where I'd put it. Like,
What, your face?
no, so it's like, in terms of like on the screen where I'd put it, because bottom
That's what
right
I
has got
mean.
all like the dash stuff, bottom left has got the mini map, and it's like, it's just awkward.
What about on one of the sides? Just, it might be somewhat intruding on the side, or just have it along the top.
Maybe.
Actually, you need to be in a race for me to see where you'd be on the top. Cause
Do I want to go 4-4 wings or do I want to go 5-5? I like how stable the car feels in the... Let's go 5-5. 5-5? 5-5.
I like the fact you said 5-5, and then on the screen you just turn it to 4. Just as you
right.
were saying that, I was thinking, hold on a minute. Then again, I remember, oh wait, there's a bit of a lag.
I have a sneaking suspicion, not to sound very confident in my ability, but I like to think I might get pole position here. Or be very close to it. This is one of the tracks that I'm, like, good at.
Wood. Sting case.
And I think Mexico as well, by default, is a 2-stopper. You can try and push for a 1, but it is very much start on the mediums, go to hards. Lee, when does it roll over to phase 2? Do you know what time we go to phase 2 on Territory Battle?
Christ, no.
Unrelated to everything that's going on the screen, of course.
I'm a captain in Marvel Strike Force. I'm not the captain of the guild in Galaxy of Heroes.
No, I know you're not.
I
But
don't have those answers, okay?
I just want to know from, you know, is it going to go to phase 2 while I'm streaming? That's what I want to know.
Most likely. It most likely will.
I can get to the fridge.
Right, let's turn the car up, ready for the hot lap. I get the feeling this is going to go pretty well, but just in case, let's boot it out the last corner.
Why don't we get burgers like this?
Burgers like what?
Because we're not Americans, Lee.
Yeah, but it's a steakhouse sirloin third pound burger.
As much as delicious as all of that sounds, everything you've just uttered sounds very American.
Yeah, but we get a special in the McDonald's in our country.
There was a couple years ago, we got like,
Fish and chips?
what was it? No, we got like,
double quarter pounder. That's our limited edition kind of thing.
you
And
know
it's
what?
like, I don't believe that's limited edition.
That's
They
bad.
just put another patty in it. I'm sorry, but that is not limited edition.
That's
I
true.
feel like
But when I was working with KFC, apparently we had an American customer come in a few times, and he'd tell us what they're doing in the US. And apparently, KFC in the US gives you mashed potatoes as well.
Well, they do that in KFC now over here.
Do they?
Yeah.
I've
Sometimes
been out
I'm
again.
almost tempted to go in there and get
Been out-
KFC and get their mashed potato and beans because they're
But the
both
thing
pretty
is,
solid.
The thing is, Simon, I'm not there anymore.
No, you're not, and you're not getting it for free anymore.
No. But to be fair, that is probably a good thing, because I was getting fat there.
But it's like when I went to Germany, the options
Ooh.
that they had in the McDonald's was amazing. I was like, oh my god, there are so many different options.
There was a pizza Mac, right? If I remember
There was
correctly.
a pizza Mac, yes.
Also, you could get, there was like a little Happy Meal. You know, with Happy Meals, you get a toy. You could get like a bit. You could get a painting of the fallen Madonna with the big boobies by Van Klomp in a Knockfirst sausage, a Mick Knockfirst sausage.
Wait, can you say that again in English? I missed all of that.
The fallen Madonna with the big boobies by Van Klomp. We have stuck it in a Knockfirst sausage, and you will hide it in your cafe.
Beautiful. No, that all sunk in. That made perfect sense.
Yep, a little bit of hello for you.
How worn are my tyres? 4%. Okay.
Yeah, the fact that you could get McMuffins during the day as well. I was like, oh.
Ooh,
All
I
day
will admit that does
breakfast.
sound good. I'm gonna shut my window in a bit.
I just saw, while I was on the break, while I was grabbing a drink, I saw someone tweet going, why have I never thought of putting my hash brown in the muffin? And I'm like, what year are you living in? I established that years ago.
Or even better with me, where is my hash brown?
That's just
Is
the
it-
Gaming McDonald's screwing you over.
It made me laugh the fact that you were eating your one in the car, and then we got back to yours, and I was like, Simon, where's my hash brown?
In silence.
Assistant, Simon just ate my hash brown. That
Which
mother
I
trucker.
didn't.
hash
Which I didn't. I ate one hash brown.
So he
brown.
says.
He had two in the car and threw the wrapper out the window. I was like, what hash brown?
Yeah, can't prove it.
Um,
Right, how much faster was I? Fresh set of tyres, how much faster was I? I was 0.8 of a second faster.
20 minutes. I'm having a quiche Lorraine tonight.
What have you done to Lorraine?
So far, fastest lap.
It's a type of quiche.
0.7. When you're ready, let's go.
okay.
Are you sure? You
Yes.
sure like the
It-
Lorraine isn't the filling of the quiche? Do you know a Lorraine?
No, quiche Lorraine is basically it's the one with cheese and bacon.
So why don't you just say a cheese and bacon quiche?
Look, I appreciate the naming of these foods. Damn it!
I don't at all. I don't care.
You
at
don't.
all.
I don't. I know you don't.
I don't care about much.
Okay, so
Yeah,
some of the
It's
things
long
that
established.
Germany had, they had McMuffins that they would sell all day.
Oh,
They had fresh
yeah.
chicken, which looked quite nice.
Oh, yeah.
So the egg and sausage, bacon and egg, just egg.
That is
They
good, yeah.
had a pizza Mac.
That is good.
They had the McDouble Western, which I
The
don't know what that is.
McDouble Western.
Was this in West Germany?
Did it come with a cowboy hat?
I don't know, but it looks like it's. I'll be honest, it looks like it's got jalapenos in it. And they might be more gherkins, maybe.
Gherkins. Becky, it sounds like gherkins.
They had a McDouble chili cheese
Oh, that, sounds good.
Well, I
and
mean,
a double chicken burger with honey mustard.
I love honey mustard. Honey mustard
I like-
is up there.
I don't think I've ever tried honey mustard, but I've certainly.
Honey mustard
I
is
can imagine honey.
incredible.
And they had, you know when we done those. You remember when we? I don't know if they still do them now. You remember when they done like a kind of like a. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a It was like cheese in like a kind of bready thing.
Cheese bites.
Oh, like yeah, like cheese bites. Mozzarella sticks.
No, they done them for breakfast. It was like a bread with like a pouch, and they put cheese in it.
Oh, well, like actual bread with cheese in it.
It wasn't bread. It wasn't quite bread. It was like
Pizza
it
bread.
was like
or-
a naan bread in a way, kind of.
Oh, like a pizza bread with
Yeah, with cheese.
cheese
in it. We
in
done
it,
it. Over well, I don't know if they still do it.
I don't know what they'd be called. But I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
I've got
yeah,
no
they
idea
did.
what he's chatting about.
So.
I'm gonna fucking get up. I refuse.
Yeah, you
to
type
be-
what you just said into Google and tell me what comes up.
McDonald's pita bread with a bit of cheese in it. That's how you can type it in, and it'll tell you straight away. It'll say, "Lee, you are talking about this." Ow.
My DRS is broken.
Guaranteed. Ah, that's what it was called. It was called cheesy bacon flatbread.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
so it had
awful.
bacon with it. It
They
sounds
were-
good on paper,
They were dreadful.
but judging by Simon's reaction, it tasted hideous.
It just tasted
I
dry.
really
It
a lot.
needed something in it. It needed some kind of sauce in it.
So
Because McDonald's bacon is bad, right? Chat, agree with me on this one. I know 2 members of chat are you two, but like
Oh.
McDonald's bacon is bad. Like I can't talk for like Canadian or American or Malaysian McDonald's.
No, if you're going to get bacon from McDonald's, it has to be from Canada because they smother that in maple syrup.
But
Could be.
anyway, they had that over in Germany, but they had different versions of it. They
I
had
see.
like plain cheese, they had ham and cheese, they had tomato and cheese, bacon
I
and
like the
cheese.
ham and cheese.
I don't know what that is, but it begins with S.
Sugar.
I don't know. SCHOKO. What is that? Is that up?
I switched off. I'm not gonna lie.
SCH
Shawarma.
shawarma.
Sorry, I was too busy basking in my own glory of being the fastest man in the known universe around Mexico.
Cool.
Oh, it's like a chocolate.
Chocolate.
Like a German chocolate.
Schwartz. No, that's
Yogurt
black.
chocolate.
Uh,
I assume this is like
what?
the
So?
version of Nutella. I assume.
Look, I may have done a quick stint at German with Duolingo, but then the owls started sending threats to my house.
So yeah, they done a chocolate one as well, and just a ham one. I was like, wow, this is. I'm like, even when I've been to America and I've gone to McDonald's there, the variety.
Supersize me.
Well, no, not so much that. It's like they had more variety than what we have.
Because America is the birthplace of McDonald's.
Well, what about Germany then?
Germany is just very good at adding different bits to them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even everywhere that I've been over the world. Every McDonald's has like a really different varied menu.
They've some sort of local variety to it, don't they?
A little bit, yeah. But I'm like, what do we have?
I'm telling you,
Chips of vinegar.
a few years ago.
I could go if this was pre-corona, and I go somewhere in a McDonald's. Everything that's on our menu over here will be on the menus everywhere else.
A few years
There's
ago,
nothing
they
that's
did.
on our that is
and
not on there.
This was one of my favourite things they did. A few years ago, they did. I think it was like red berries or blackberry, whatever, and custard pies, and they were incredible.
That does sound like a very English dessert.
We're 22nd in the speed trap, 216.
Or British dessert.
How are we
I don't know, it could be
22nd in the
somewhere.
speed trap at 216 miles an hour?
Hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn then.
Look, I know I'm boring, but geez, at least pretend to care.
Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to sort these windows out.
Know what worries my dude? Right now, we're not really missing much. I'm just keeping an eye on the timing sheets, but I get the feeling I'm on pole position for this race. I get the feeling.
Can't wait for you to drop about 5 places.
I will. Well, I will off the start line. Oh, bask in his glory. Oh, wait, we can't do that anymore, sorry. It's like generic Brock Lesnar theme, right? For he is limitless. No, it's about 10 hours to answer my own question. Right, Lando's out. It gave me the wrong information about the speed trap because Lando is currently 9th in the speed trap and he's doing 214 miles an hour. Right, so we're riding on board with Lando. Let's see how he gets on for his lap. So he's currently P4. And Lando's
Okay,
going to cross the line.
About 2
Go
hours before the
second.
So you know, Simon.
Oh, that's fine. I can get this race out of the way then. Lando goes second fastest. Marvellous. I'm just going to accelerate to the end. Because I now get the feeling I'm on pole, but I need to know who's starting alongside me. More to the point, who's going to beat me to the first corner.
With qualifying finished, it's time to
Max
remind
Verstappen
ourselves
is apparently going to
about
beat me to the first
the
corner.
captain, Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying complete,
Okie
all
dokie.
that remains
Those
is the
windows
main
are
event.
sorted.
We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Right. Mexican Grand Prix time.
So.
Hello, Claire.
we
I'm on
get
pole. I actually want to talk to this woman. Because, you know, I did well.
Great qualifying session. Are you feeling safer ahead of the pack?
Being ahead of the pack's great. I just keep hyping up the powertrain.
Happy with your performance today?
Are you happy with the performance today? And one of the answers it gave me was the result wasn't ideal. Hello? We got literally fastest.
Well, that's everything.
I love this game sometimes. It's great. Right, there we go. Let's move that wire out of the way. And Charlie Boy Leclerc is losing the rivalry. It's been a pain to try and get this team affinity to level 20. I'm not going to lie. It's been a real pain.
Just, you know what I've just realised and
Go
didn't
on.
think about?
What did you just realise and not think about?
That Marvel Avengers game comes out on Friday.
It does.
Oh.
Like, I completely forgot about it.
I did too.
Right, so the race is going to be completely dry. We've got 1,100 resource points. Time to go into the Mexican Grand Prix. Probably a guaranteed 2-stop, but I have the pace to win this one. See, I like streams like this where it's, you know, I've got you guys to bounce off of, which has been great fun, and I haven't been doing dreadfully.
Yes. Mainly because, you know, if you were doing dreadful, we'd be ripping into you.
I'd be absolutely rinsed, yes.
Yes. So the fact that you know this would happen, you're automatically doing better to avoid this from happening.
I wish that was something that actually affected the cars in the game, like because that was why Red Bull did so well here for a few years, because of the thickness of the air.
What, humidity?
No, because of how high it is above sea level, the air is thinner, and it meant the Mercedes, their engines were overheating, and because of the way the Honda engines worked, the Renault engines at the time were doing better than the Mercedes.
The oxygen guzzling Mercedes.
Aye.
Meanwhile, the safety car is prepped and ready to roll.
And that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Clearly, that is the
Your
start
boy's
show.
on pole! Look, I look great! There I am! Yeah.
Edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo.
I expect Norris to get past Hamilton and Verstappen. I want another one too.
Fiat, Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Raikkonen, Latifi, Ocon, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Kevin Magnussen, Russell, Stroll, Alesi, and Jack Aitken. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, so this is where it's saying about the 2-stop, which I'm absolutely fine to do. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Let's run 2 laps heavier like we normally do. Haven't really got much else that we need to...
Ah, that was the French from earlier. Parc Ferme.
Oh,
Parc
Parc
Ferme.
Ferme. Yeah.
Do you honestly
Is that-
expect
does
me to
that
be
look
fluent in
right?
French? Because the answer is no.
Mike,
The answer
we're not
is
fluent
no.
in French either.
How dare you twist your adolescent worm?
Right, here we go.
Oui, oui.
It's recommending a 2-stop.
Yeah, Mexico's pretty much always a 2-stop unless you start on the mediums.
Oh, this is formation lap, yes.
I remember in season 1, in my much worse car, I ended up getting 2nd place. So now I'm hoping, because my car's actually had some development, it should be a decent win.
So the formation... Yeah, the formation lap is where you warm your tyres up with...
You warm the tyres, you get the car ready to go. Yeah, you
warm the car up, basically.
warm the tyres and the brakes, most definitely the brakes. Because the thing with the tyres, sometimes getting your surface temperature, which is the second one down on that little display that I've got, is fine. But it's that carcass temperature, the top temperature. If that's low, you get no grip. So that's why I'm currently pumping the brakes to try and get some temperature. Because the brakes obviously go up to about 1,000 degrees.
And that heat will just radiate onto the tyres, yeah.
That is essentially the plan. Right. Car's about as ready as I can get it. My start's probably not going to be great. But I get the feeling that I will have the speed to make up for it.
Especially seeing you're in rich fuel mix.
Yeah, I'm ready to go off the line. I am absolutely ready to go. Plus Verstappen, I mean, Red Bull have worked on their engine, but they're still not as good as me down the straight. And plus I've taken some downforce off, so I'll be exceptionally fast.
Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, do you actually stop at the bin and then take off again? Or?
Standing start. I'm hoping Norris gets a tremendous slipstream as well. That's kind of the plan. Okay.
Hamilton is behind you, though.
Hamilton is behind me. Bottas, nicely down the grid as well. Right.
Right. Beep, beep, beep.
There's the dreadful start I was talking about.
No.
But we're going to move it to the inside. Oh, Verstappen T-boned Norris.
Oh, that is terrible.
I thankfully took avoiding action.
Yeah, I'm still behind, so.
Was it only a little love tap, or was it full on? Because I only caught a glimpse of that.
Wow.
Verstappen essentially just went complete send. He was pinched on the apex. He went complete send. Nerfed Norris, and they were essentially like 4 wide at the start.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't seem to have affected them that much.
Wonder if Norris has got front wing damage now.
Well, I wonder if Verstappen also has potentially got some damage as well.
I reckon it would be daft to believe that they came out of that unscathed. But because of that, you've got 2 seconds in front of them.
I have a lot of room.
Which will hopefully help you out a lot when you do the pit stops.
Corner cut.
I am now what's going to be called, I'm now going to do...
Here, where you keep cutting, that corner there. That was about 5 seconds behind you.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. See, I'm now going to do what we in the biz call a Hamilton. Which is just build up a bit of a lead and then control the race. Before being called a Hamilton, it was called a Vettel.
I thought you meant you were going to say, talk to your engineer and say my tyres are wearing. And
though, to be fair, my tyres do feel gone.
Already?
No.
Okay, all right, Hamilton.
No, look. They are... I mean, to be fair, they're a little bit worn. Not massively at all.
No, you're ahead comfortably.
Oh, this is going to be very boring.
For you, it'll be exciting for everyone else behind.
Right, there we go. Fastest lap. Turn it down to standard mix. And I'm now just going to control this. and I'll bump it up to Rich after my pit stop, and then I'll do the same for my final pit stop. Now I just need Lando to get past Verstappen, and we'll lead home another 1-2.
Well,
Oh,
that depends. Will Verstappen smack him again if he tries?
Maybe it is Verstappen.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this.
I can't do a Dutch accent, so that's not going to happen.
My understeer. Is my front wing damaged anyway? No, we're
Ooh.
fine. This is what I mean. I don't necessarily have to push the car. I just need to make sure I don't keep out braking myself or doing silly things.
Like exceeding the racetrack
Exceeding the
limits
track limits. Oh, exactly.
and cutting corners, which not done so. Could potentially do.
Okay, I was already a second
Basically-
slower on that last lap, but
Basically, don't give yourself any penalties.
correct.
And you should be good.
I think I'm going to get a crank of front wing at my pit stop. Plus, I saved myself a set of soft tyres because I only did 2 runs in qualifying. I have a spare set of new soft tyres.
Nice. No one likes using reused tyres.
No one likes reusing rubbers. It's just awkward.
Especially if you're an American. Oh, I'll be right back. My dinner's ready.
Ooh. I like the sound of a dinner alarm. It usually makes me excited. Alright, who's ready for 36 laps of me leading the race? Oh, that was a bit close.
He's done. My Discord keeps beeping, and I'm like, I've got no notifications anywhere. What's beeping?
Someone typing text in a chat somewhere? I mean, mine's in streamer mode anyway, so... I'm
I've
not
got no
getting...
notifications of anything like at all.
Maybe your computer's about to explode.
No, it's I'm hearing the Discord beep noise. You know when you get a notification?
I know the
on
one
it?
you mean, yes.
I'm like, I keep getting it, and I'm like, there's nothing there. Oh, it was Chris.
Where's Chris messaging? Is he messaging you direct, or...?
Oh yeah, directly. He only talks to me in like private messages now. No, he just messaging the command chat.
Oh, okay. Which is?
Anyone up for recording session at past?
What half past are we speaking of?
I mean, I
I was-
could. The Fall Guys edit has barely started, but I'd be down after I finish this stream. I won't be done at 7:30.
I could always do a bit of recording.
New fastest lap of the race.
I'm probably just going to save my editing there where it is.
Currently watching Gamescom 2020 right now.
Anything
Wow.
exciting?
They've got this game called Void Train. Looks interesting.
Void Train.
Void Train.
Okay. What's the premise on the old Void Train?
The train
Uh,
avoid.
Yeah, in a way. It's I think it's from the developers who made Raft.
Okay.
Oh yes, I am familiar.
Played that game, but I heard good things about it.
So you kind of make your train. You fight kind of weird, like space creatures in a way.
Void creatures.
Yeah, in a way. It looks interesting, it does. But you make your whole train and everything. Looks interesting.
for having an eyeball on?
It's on Steam now. Well, you can't buy it. It's released for 2021. It looks interesting.
One of them early access boys.
No, you can't download it or anything.
Oh, really?
It's available, yeah, just
Apparently they expected the grip levels to start falling away soon. I don't really think I'm concerned, in all honesty, Jeff. Norris just doesn't quite appear to be able to get past Verstappen. He appears to get close and then just not, if I had to coin a phrase. I'm not gonna lie, I see why sometimes the leaders, like, you know,
Get bored.
this seems very easy when you're this much faster than them.
Try a bank record. That'll be a challenge.
I will when I'm on fresh tyres. I'm not at the moment.
You know.
We're approaching the dip window. You'll be on the softs.
Marvellous. This is why sometimes running on the difficulty I run on is a little inconsistent. Because I'm on 100 and I can get tracks like this where I absolutely decimate the AI, and then I get tracks where I'm a lot slower than them. I think that just comes down to me as the type of player I am, and the fact that I am handicapped by my auto gears and traction control. We've been live for over 2 3/4 hours.
that's crazy.
And it has just flown past, I'm not going to lie.
That's because you got me and Lee in here.
It is.
We are very entertaining, especially when we're discussing the worst things we've ever done in our lives. Which I took to mean, that question they asked, what's her face? Theresa May. What's the naughtiest you've done in your life? Well, I ran through a field of wheat.
Is she still relevant? She's still alive?
Well, she's a backbencher now, I think. Think being the key word. I don't know, she might have dropped off the face of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't exactly kept up with her diggling since, she plunged us into
shite. Then Boris came along and plunged us into mine. No.
And it was interesting because I was watching, as I've mentioned a couple of times, old Top Gear, and there was an episode where he was on, and he seemed very popular then.
Well, he was earlier mayor of London.
This is also very true.
He's had his taste of bigger power, and I don't know, he doesn't seem to suit it very well.
Lando Norris just does not appear to be able to get past Verstappen, and that is upsetting me.
But anyway, let's move away from the discussion of politics.
Yeah, let's not get onto the topic of
Yes.
politics.
No,
That's
let's not go into
dangerous.
that minefield.
Yeah, we might be incompetent, but we're not that incompetent.
Trust
Discussing
me.
politics on the internet is an unwise decision. Right, coming in at the end of this lap. Go on, Lando. Go on, Lando. Pit that lap. I beg you, Lando. I beg you.
Yeah. You're certainly in a position to beg.
Well, I just want him to pit so he can maybe get out of Max Verstappen's dirty air and actually maybe post a faster lap.
Have you pitted yet, or?
No, I'm coming in this lap. Because Mexico's actually a two-stop, which makes it slightly more exciting. Unless one man is dominating the whole Grand Prix. Oaks. Though you can definitely tell my tyres are dying. Like, I'm not getting much turn in. And I sincerely hope not to come out in any traffic. I could drag this stint on a couple extra laps, but I'm not that foolish in all honesty.
Are you implying that you're not incompetent at this
I'm
game?
very incompetent at this game. There is a bit of traffic there, though, if we're honest.
Considering you're 14 seconds ahead of them, I don't think that's going to be
Oh,
much.
1.9, boys.
Go, go, go!
That was absolutely superb.
Oh, it's fine. Leclerc has actually taken over you.
Yeah, but he hasn't pit yet.
No, you'll get it back at the pit.
I got my extra crank of front wing. And I've got fresh tyres. Right. Let's get the car up to speed, shall we?
I'm contemplating getting some salt for this.
Some sodium.
No, not actual my type of salt. I mean, literal salt for my food.
I knew what you meant.
I failed to see the difference.
No, I'm not feeling angry enough to provide my own salt, so I might have to go to my cupboard.
Right,
So
okay, we've downshifted. There's 3 DRS zones. Danny Kvyat, why are you squeezing me off the road for trying to overtake you? I'm not racing you. I was nearly torpedoed out of existence. Lando Norris goes on again.
Brave.
Stupid. Why are you doing this, Lando?
Because he feels like he has to make up time for being T-boned.
Ooh, cyberpunk.
Ooh, how was that coming
He
along?
might be doing
Looks
it
good.
to get out of like range of anyone from traffic from when he pits. It might actually turn to be a brilliant idea.
Well, there's only one way we'll know. When he does it. That's better. Did need a bit more salt. Remember, kids, seasoning is important in cooking.
Seasoning is very important. Lando, you are approximately in the worst place in the world. Sorry, mate. There we go.
Toodles!
Teammate in the pits. Marvellous. Right, turn the engine back down. I don't know why Lando decided to do that extra lap. It has very much confused me.
Don't know. See how quickly he comes up.
I don't think he's going to be ahead of Verstappen. Let's put it that way. He's gone to the hard tyre. Is he trying a one-stop?
Very brave.
Is Lando Norris trying the one-stop strategy around Mexico?
Or maybe he's going for a 2-stop and going soft, medium, soft.
But I'm going soft, soft, medium. And
He's
if he's
gone
put
for hard.
and if he's put the hard tyre
Well,
on, you cut out. That I didn't quite make out what you said.
Advantage at the end on the last few laps.
I mean, maybe, but don't know.
Again, we won't know until it happens.
Leclerc at the minute is the front of the guys that have already made their pit stop. He appears to have jumped Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton would not like that.
Danny Kvyat yet to pit. Ocon yet to pit. Raikkonen yet to pit. The fact that Raikkonen has moved to Renault is very exciting. I love that. Right, Kvyat's in. What's Kvyat going to put on his car?
You got to feel sorry for Sainz and Leclerc right now. After today.
Kvyat's also gone to the hard tyre.
Right, yeah,
I know why I
that-
feel sorry for Sainz, because his exhaust broke. Leclerc just Ferrari is all I can say.
Well, no, because you got to think they're both going to be in Ferrari next year.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm telling you,
I don't
science,
think
science
life
has been
is
frantically Googling how to get out of his contract.
Take a shit on the car, that will get you fired from it.
He just needs to do that scene out of
Actually,
Rush.
Yeah, because that's
Next
how it
time,
works.
next time he goes to test that Ferrari, he's going to reenact that scene out of Rust.
What,
It's a
crashed
Ferrari.
it?
No, 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 no.
Um,
Have you not seen the
The
film
same,
Rush?
same thing.
I've not
Same
actually
thing
seen
happened to Alan Frost, didn't he? He disrespected it. He got fucking chucked out, didn't he?
Exactly. So there's a film in Rush. It's a film about the rivalry between Niki Lauda and James Hunt. And the first time Lauda goes to test, he's like, "This is dreadful." And it's like, "You can't say that. It's a Ferrari." And he goes, "It's a shit box."
He goes like, "You can't say that," which at the time you couldn't. You can. Apparently, the whole story behind that is he basically went up to big man Ferrari and said like, and he said to him, "Okay," and he got his top engineer, and he says, "Do whatever Nicky tells you to do." And he said, "But if you don't get 2 seconds out of this car, you're gone."
And that's exactly what Nicky did.
And he did. He got. I think he.
It was like 2.4 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they thought it was just like, and then they got Regazzoni to test it as well, didn't they?
Yep. Oh no, that was the other one, wasn't it? That was BTR, wasn't it? That was his first one.
Yes, no, you're right. And then Regazzoni went back to Ferrari with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love old Formula One history. Like,
I find it daft that they were like, "Oh no, you can't say that, it's rubbish." Well, the whole point of them testing it is to tell you their feedback.
correct.
If they say it's rubbish, then you've clearly done something wrong on the bait side.
It was the whole fact it was a Ferrari back then.
So?
This was a new driver on the grid who was just got who was in like a rookie car.
He
before.
bought his way in, essentially.
Yeah.
They were like, "You don't know what you're talking about," and then it's like, "I think I do."
Find it daft when mechanics and engineers don't believe driver feedback on the basis that they're not driving it, the driver is. Admittedly, sometimes drivers can give daft feedback.
And that was in the age on when there wasn't as much technology. Now it's like very much the driver's like this, and they're like, "No, we've got 8,000 computers that tell us this." And Lewis is like, "Listen, I'm the one driving it, and I'm telling you."
My tyres are still warm. My tyres are going. And he posts the fastest lap, and it's like, "Are they going, Lewis? Are you sure?"
It's because he pressed the button to wake up the Mercedes engine. That's what it was.
Yeah. He pushes the button that fixes the tyres. That's what he is.
Wake up!
Sit
like
rep. I'm winning by miles.
Probably try reversing a lap.
I think if I went for a 3-stop, I would still win.
You probably would.
Where's the Williams? Where are the cars I'm about to start lapping? Oh, there they are. I've buzzed. Why have I buzzed?
Let's do.
You know, we're about to be halfway through the Grand Prix. Sorry, I very much just went into like a trance there of like
you did.
driving.
I think we all did. I was in a food trance. Lee was in a.
I'm watching Gamescom. I've got
Gamescom's trance. And Simon was in his racing trance.
I was in my racing trance, halfway through the Grand Prix. Right, shush. I want a full race update.
Position, front of the pack, Leclerc behind, P gap to the car behind is 26.5 seconds down old softs. Your pit window opens in 2 laps time, 18 laps to go.
Much as well, in the window.
I think Norris might make it to the end of the race.
We're leading our teammate.
He might do.
7.5
In which case, you learn something that you can do it into. I think it also depends on how good your situation is.
Because he's closing up to Bottas and Ricciardo because their soft tyres are going to be wearing out. Meanwhile, his hard tyres can go, well, forever.
Yeah, equal goes to the rest of the race. Possibly.
I'm hoping he can, because if so, that should be second place.
issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
This is going to be a clean sweep for me. Pole position, fastest lap, and race win. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yes.
Because you get an extra point for fastest lap if you're in the top 10.
Also, your contract with the.
Yeah, we'll get that new.
You get that contract, yeah, sponsor contract.
Get the sponsor contract for the
I
podium
can't remember
finish.
the name. I can't remember the name of your sponsor. I'm sorry.
Neither can I. It's on the side of the car. Hold on, we'll get the name of it momentarily. When I'm next on a straight.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
Whoops, that was definitely an exceed of track limits, right? That's 2 warnings, so I really need to be careful.
Yep.
Maybe just dial it back a bit. I don't really need to be pushing the car.
Not particularly, but do you want?
It's more fun.
More
He's
fun.
going to get those free. He's going to get those penalties now.
I don't think the penalties are going to matter, in all honesty.
But just because it doesn't matter doesn't mean you should do it.
No, I do want it to be penalty free so I can really crush Leclerc.
Well, the problem will be that if it just gives you, instead of giving you a 3-second penalty, it gives you a drive-through penalty.
That would be bad, yes.
No. It can do that.
I'm going to go a couple extra laps on these tyres just because, well, I can, in all honesty.
Going to try and one-stop it then.
No, it's literally
No?
impossible. Well, I can't. It's soft to soft, right? I have to pit again.
Wait, have you already pitted or?
I've pitted once, yeah.
Right, okay.
And I went soft to soft. So I need to pit again for mediums. I just want to do a couple extra laps because, like, why not?
On the basis that you can do it, so, and you won't lose too much grip, hopefully.
I won't lose too much grip or time compared to cars behind. Plus, I really want to lap these guys ahead of me.
Just once.
Oh, Hamilton's out!
Oh, that's not good for Mercedes.
And if that had called a safety car right there, I'd have peeled straight into the pits. But it didn't. Look how close I was to the pit lane when it called it. If that had done a safety car, I'd have been straight in.
Oh yeah, because they wouldn't be able to overtake you. It depends on where he.
There he is, right there.
Yeah, Ollie's Oh no, I was going to say slap bang in the middle. He wasn't.
It looked like he
slap
was,
down-
according to the mini-map.
On the mini map, he's like slap bang in the middle of the road, but no. Oh.
Right, Giuliano Alesi. I brought you to Formula 1, now get out of my way.
Version back markers, blue flag. What does that mean?
It means he needs to get out of my way. Thank
Now,
you,
I
sir.
don't know how I feel about stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like blue flag in general. I'm like, well, if you're overlapping them, you should be able to overtake them, no problem.
Ah.
They shouldn't have to move out the way.
Well, it's more of a case of if they suddenly pick up speed.
What was
I
that?
imagine
What was that?
What was what?
That overtake on I think it was Perez, wasn't it? Or,
Oh, on Stroll.
yeah, Stroll then.
It weren't great, but what are you going to do?
do you get points for lapping people?
No.
No.
You should do.
Right,
My car's
Leclerc's
so
in.
good it got past this car twice.
Right, Bottas takes second place. Albon moves up to fourth.
Norris is still sitting in fifth.
Gone up because of pits.
Whoops.
Christ, you are over half a minute ahead of people.
I am. And I'm going wide and making mistakes. My
He's
tyres
going
are...
to get penalties. He's going to.
Stop it.
My
Stop getting
tyres-
your
I
penalty.
don't know why you're going so fast and pushing too hard.
I'm not, though.
Well, based on how you're taking those corners, I think you might be going a bit too fast through the other corner. Like
Might
that.
be time
For
to
the grip
play.
levels of my tyres, absolutely, yes. But that's why I've come into the pits.
Complete.
2 seconds as well. The Incompetent Racing Grand Prix boys have been absolutely on point.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the
Why are they wearing helmets?
In case there's a fire.
Ah yes, we must not forget how hard hitting a fire can be to your head.
Well, it can be. It's all safety gear and all that.
It's all solid, so imagine a fist. coming
Norris
out
up to
of fire
second
and
now on his
flooding
hard
you.
tyres.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
surely he can't.
Hello.
He's got to make a bit. He's got to.
He doesn't.
well, we're going to find out.
He's got Charlie Boy chasing him down. Danny Kvyat up to
If he
fourth.
doesn't pit by, what, say, 26, 27?
Then he's going to the end. Because the soft tyres do about 10 laps. Thank you, Jack. Oh,
The safety car is out. We need to form up.
boo.
Keep it close.
What happened?
Make sure to keep it positive.
I'm about to find out.
Boo.
Ah, safety car.
It's because Danny Kvyat retired as well. He also, like Norris, fitted the hard tyre. So he was going to go to the end and he was running fourth. I'm very upset about that. Whoops.
So why did he retire? Did he crash or? Oh shit.
Don't know. It might have been engine failure. Or he might have crashed. I'm not sure.
Risk a penalty. Slow your pace
If only there was some kind of flashback system.
Yeah, but, you know. There he is.
I sometimes get upset that you don't do that, just to see what the problem was.
I probably could, to be fair.
Especially in this race.
No, we just need to see my dominance. That's all we need to see.
Boo.
All right, Hamilton.
There's nothing wrong with my dominance being on full display.
Okay,
No.
Boomer.
You're older than me!
Ah,
Ah, Jorge
damn
Russell.
kids.
Past Russell. Vehicle ahead may be passed. There we go.
Going up to the safety car now. Do not pass it. You are the leader. Follow the safety car.
Don't you worry, I'm following the safety car. And here's Jackie Boy Aitken. So, Norris, well, everyone's now going to the end, from what I can gather. Norris and Ricciardo are on the hards.
Was Aiken going in behind you? I thought.
He's been lapped.
I know he's been lapped, but. Oh, I'm looking at Aiken. Sorry. I've got very similar dots.
Hopefully, Norris, upon the restart, will be able to hold that second place. And I hope Ricciardo can hold his fourth, because he's had an absolute cracker over Grand Prix.
Well, we're about to find out. 10 laps to go.
So who's behind you now, Simon?
Behind me right now is Aitken and Lacey. There's Norris.
Well, that lead has definitely dropped down.
It certainly has, hasn't it?
Mm.
Oh well. It just implies I'll be able to build it back up again.
The problem is going to be
When will safety
when
car
Norris overtakes you.
I don't think it's going to happen somehow.
What if he does?
But he won't.
You seem mad
go?
about it.
Well, it would be very bad for your dominance, wouldn't it? You might want to
of all-
tuck that back in your pants.
First
then.
of all, there's two Williams between me and him. Second of all, he's on older tyres than me. Third of all, he's on harder tyres than me. All the stats on paper indicate I will just cruise away.
But the more important stat that over-dominates all of that is that he's better than you.
In pace.
But he's not.
He is.
I'm beating him in the championship.
I'm sorry,
But
who
now-
won the last race?
Norris.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Who-
And who is beating
who
who in
won
the
before
championship?
You, but only just. That's because he's only just got into a good car.
No, he was in the McLaren at the start of the year, which also started the year better than my car.
Ooh,
No, McLaren
careful.
was averagely near you at the beginning of the year.
It was better.
No, I wouldn't say it was. Not with that Honda engine.
It's
Look,
never
looking-
had a Honda engine. It's got a Renault engine.
Oh yeah, it's got Renault engine now, isn't it? Oh,
Look,
how do you
it's-
know? How do you know? Change engine supplier. How do you know?
I don't think they do
They
they?
mu- I actually don't know. They could. It'd be interesting if they did.
Imagine the Mercedes Ferrari.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that. I'm watching the stream, and you get very close to overtaking the safety car, and I can just see this guy in the safety car taking a shit at you suddenly trying to speed past. Like, oh shit!
How much fuel have I got? Oh, look at all of that fuel. Look at all of it. It's tasty
Shit.
fuel. Tyres
Do
are still
have
nice and fresh. They're a little bit cold,
8
but
laps.
I
Do what
am
you
just
can
going
to-
to disappear into the distance upon this restart.
Is there anything you can do about heating
I
up your
can't wait
tyres?
for you to mess up in some way. I don't know what it's going to be.
Prepare.
Something's going to go wrong.
Prepare to be ripped.
Something's going to go wrong. I don't know what, but something will. Because
Listen.
every time Simon gets his confidence, he's like,
He cocks himself
yeah.
Mexico is
Because
one
you
of
see,
my
because
tracks.
here's the thing. There's confidence, then there's this.
over. There's confidence.
What,
Whatever
arrogance.
Simon is doing now.
I am
Saint's
going
gonna
to
go
win
wrong.
this race.
He's either going to get a penalty or something really stupid. It's going to be...
Oh yeah, penalty now would be quite devastating because it's a free
Nah.
fucking penalty, isn't it?
Or he's going to tap the safety car and get disqualified.
Nah.
He's going to T-bone the safety car. Then I'll have to get the safety car in for another safety car.
Yeah, is it actually possible to take out the safety car?
I've never
Well,
personally
so one way to
tried.
find out.
I feel like that's a video right there. We're going to have to try that, Simon. First, we need to cause the safety car. Then we have to be behind the safety car and take it out and ram it full speed to see what happens.
You'll probably just say disqualified. But fun thing is, it might not. Oh, your teammates just overtaking those two
Norris
Williams.
got past those Williams, no issue. The problem is, so has Charlie Boy. I'm more
They're like-
concerned with Norris and his ability to keep Leclerc behind him. That's what I'm concerned about.
Alright, good thing. Because Leclerc's your rifle.
I sense a 3-second penalty in your future.
I don't. And plus, even if I do get one, me pulling out a 3-second lead is not going to be an issue.
You got what? 7 laps to go? Same machine racing, it said that earlier.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Just to remind you. Oh, just make sure you are resuming racing. Just make people just second guess themselves. Shit, did I illegally overtake? Don't use the overtake button.
I can't believe you ain't been caught out on that corner yet.
There are some others that I'm worse at cutting, but hey, I know where to cheese the game.
So that's how you win. You're cheesing it.
I don't think all of my original 30-second lead was made up on that one corner.
You never
think it
know.
was.
You never know. Anything can happen in
That
this
one
year's
was
time.
alright.
It's 2020.
Yeah, remember,
Both in-game and
Remember-
out-game.
remember that Jarno pinned Okada.
This
Don't
is
forget
true.
it.
This is very, very true.
To become the king of pro wrestling champion.
There, is that more reasonable? I'm sure when you see it on stream, you'll, you know.
It's not the corner I'm thinking of at the moment. It's the
No.
one near the end.
I know. You'll see it in a minute.
That's fine. It's fine. This corner here. See, now that's reasonable. But it's like you had both wheels off the track then.
Oh, I
last
know.
time.
Now that, the way I've just taken those corners, you're going to see it, is absolutely disgusting.
What is it, the first corner?
That's
Sorry,
disgusting
no.
for a different reason.
We've got 5 laps. And I have gas.
Reasonable, I'd take it.
Oh. Just a reminder to stream that my reactions are at the same time as you are seeing the stream, so
And I think Lee's a little bit behind you as well.
yes, he
I
is.
must
So
be behind, yeah.
we're like, I like, oh, he goes, then he goes, oh. So it's like a barbershop quartet in their intro.
Ooh, some poo
Oh.
just came out.
No, yes,
Like-
I'm like 2 seconds behind them. I could probably refresh the stream and get a more update. But you know, effort. Aiming for that mid-level, as I've explained. Still aiming for the middle.
Nothing wrong with aiming for the middle. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
I'd say you're roughly 10 seconds behind. But that was me counting quickly, so
That was absolutely beautiful.
it's probably less than YouTube seconds. You know, real seconds. Okay, so yes, I'm glad that Simon is still winning, but I'm equally disappointed he didn't cock himself over.
It's Mexico. I just rule Mexico.
Oh, would you like to say that to the Parliament of Mexico?
Absolutely. You may call me the King of Mexico.
Didn't they have an emperor?
They probably do. Call me that as well.
Well, they don't have it now, but they did. Back when it was an empire.
The only thing...
Was
And
it
it
an
owned-
empire?
The
Yes, the
only
Mexican
thing...
Empire owned Texas, California, went up that way, and then the Americans came along and said, "Hey, this is ours now."
The only thing that could possibly go wrong is I run out of fuel.
How is your fuel?
It's marvellous, actually.
Well, you're doing good, kid. You're doing good.
Just going to cross the line and I'm going to turn the engine down at the end of this lap, because then there'll be 3 laps to go.
There already is 3 laps to go.
Well, not if you include the one I'm on. If you include the one I'm on, there's 4 laps to go.
I'm looking at the screen. It says lap 33 out of lap 36.
Because I'm on lap 33.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so now I'm on lap 34. So I've got this lap, 34,
They-
35 and
yeah.
36.
Yeah. I'm getting bings in my head, and it's probably Chris doing something.
He's messaging us.
Ah. Finishing up meal prep, putting it all in the fridge.
Tell him to just join, because I've been streaming for the past 3 hours and 22 minutes.
Had the stream ended? No. Get his ass in here. And he'll be like 20 seconds behind.
Come on, Norris.
Okay, so
hold
Mexico
P2.
had an emperor from 1822 to 1823.
Okay, and after that, was it a democracy?
No, then it was a regent, so I guess so. I guess that's a monarchy.
that.
I guess so.
A region? Oh,
A
regent.
regent.
Oh, that is basically like a crown prince,
Yeah.
that the heir ruling instead of someone, or a trusted advisor doing
Let's
the
hold
job
that together.
until the actual person
And then
with
then
rule
they
comes
got
of
a
age.
prime minister.
A prime minister.
Penultimate lap, boys.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
We're leading our teammate.
I think the 5.5 wings were definitely a good call. Dropping them to 4.4 would have been a little bit too low. Bottas has finally passed Ricciardo. And then Albon's immediate. Oh no, Albon and Ricciardo are battling for 5th place. Looks like Albon's got that one.
Yeah. Now they have a president.
Welcome to Science Stream, where we chat a load of shit and do research on the history of
This
Mexico.
had essentially been a little bit of a podcast with some
It has.
F1 in the background.
To be fair, that's kind of what I want my videos to be like. A bit like a podcast with just gameplay in the background and us take a piss out of the game as well.
We discovered that Mike
We
is a thief.
He is a
I
bandit.
am a cola bottle bandit.
He stole. Either way, you stole something, no matter what.
Yeah, I was
There's no
trying to.
way
I was trying to become a phantom thief. I'm sorry.
you were very bad at it.
No, actually, I only got caught because I was ratted out.
Actually, that's a good point. We didn't ask you something. What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Yes, tell us so we can rip on that instead.
Worst thing I've ever done?
Hmm.
I don't know. That's a very on-the-spot question.
Well, think about it.
Well, there's nothing that immediately sprung to mind, and oh my god, Norris is going to lose out to Leclerc on the last lap.
Oh,
He bloody well... No. He's
what
still
a
there.
tit.
They're still battling side by side. And Leclerc's bloody done him.
Well, maybe you should have T-boned him.
It's fine, I'm still
Did
getting
what-
more points than Leclerc.
He should have done what you did
Show me
to
the
Albon.
fireworks. Here we go. It's victory in Mexico.
And crash. I win! Smack!
I win. Let's go with the wheels. Raises his hand, goes smashing to the side.
Now, that would be quite
Literally be
amusing.
wacky races.
And with that,
That would be very amusing.
draws to a close. And a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry.
Valtteri Bottas is your driver's champion.
All drivers. It's a
And now look at you, you're destroying... Look at them, he's destroying those tyres. What a wanker.
Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today.
Apparently, Chris says he's going to prepare something else. I don't know what that is.
I'm going to prepare my internet to actually work.
His internet
Right.
works fine now.
Oh, come on, that's the oldest
It's
joke
probably
we've
better
got.
than yours now.
How fucking dare you? I'd
Do you
say
know
it's on par
Valtteri has
with
now
that.
won this season and last season? Bottas is now a two-time World Drivers' Champion in this universe.
That's because the Mercedes on this game doesn't tell him to let Hamilton through.
This is true. This is real Bottas. Set up champion. Take victory from pole position one time at Mexico. I didn't even know that was a challenge. Boy.
Incredible day of racing. Who was your driver of the
meh.
day, Ant?
Problem is, they haven't updated the season pass in this yet, have they?
Not yet, no.
Very impressive indeed.
It's
Still
another
waiting.
clear win for Mercedes as
Error.
they managed to secure the constructors'
I saw that.
title. An incredible
Yeah, it was on the highlight reel.
for the whole team.
That's
Meanwhile,
fine.
Mm.
work from
Is that your
the
excuse,
driving
just so we have to watch your dominance?
Lando unfortunately lost out to Charles Leclerc on the last lap.
Oh, he must be gutted.
But your boy got the win.
You did.
Max fell from 2nd to 7th. Leclerc came from 8th to 2nd. I'll give him that. That is a impressive performance. But it's not
Great work
quite
today.
me.
Let's have your thoughts.
Oh yeah, Hamilton was out for the race, wasn't he? Yeah, got that.
Mm.
Was it?
Well, that goes to show they couldn't tell him to get out of Hamilton's way.
The engine was 100% made for the track.
Last week, aren't they?
What? I got 2nd last week and I got 1st this week. I've got, like... Hello?
Oh, yo, you got to give the. No, why didn't
No.
you give the?
I
Why didn't you give the Lewis Hamilton answer?
I thought about it. I really thought about it.
This place has the best fans.
Best
Next race.
fans.
This place has the best fans.
Your rival today.
What happened between me and Charles today? I just beat him. I just beat him. They didn't give me a run for my money, but I figured that would be a good answer. I like the way that I fell like from 1st to 6th at the start of the race. There was the crash at turn 1, and I just disappeared.
You just dominated afterwards, and you didn't crash, which was mildly annoying. But hey, you won. That's delightful.
That's a big win over Charlie Boy. That's a big win over Charlie Boy. Team Acclaim is so close to 19.
Don't you need 20 to get the full sponsor?
You do, yeah. And
I
then
forgot
money.
how far behind you are compared to my season.
1.65 million. Apparently, I had some damage. Yes, whatever.
That had to be paid.
I'm just going to say, great race weekend.
I'm just going to ask, is your character actually ginger in this game? Because it's hard to tell with that hat.
I think he is. I'm not sure.
If so, if he's not, then that's quite disappointing,
But
Simon.
he stands like Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that's all that matters.
Ah, yes, one of the most competent admirals in the Imperial
I would
or
like
the
some
Empire,
race
Navy,
simulations.
however you
I
want
would
to
like some
call them.
reaction.
I don't know if I'd got the latest Forza Horizon game.
What, 4?
Yeah.
I swear you did.
I don't remember playing it for some reason.
I think you
I just
played.
saw a video on it and I was like,
I think you played it very briefly, and it's bloody brilliant as well. I
I
want
can't remember playing it.
visit my HQ. There we go. So right, that's all in. Let's do some R&D. Let's do a major rear downforce upgrade. Let's just get it on the car for Abu Dhabi. I'm not even going to rush it. Do I want to spend any more money on my facilities?
I don't know. Well, if you did, what would it do for your
You've got to remember, you've got to afford Norris at the end of the season.
Yeah,
remember?
I know.
How much is he going to cost?
I want to say it's like 9 mil.
So you got enough. You could probably do one upgrade.
Yeah, he's 9 mil. Facilities. I could have a look at another durability one. 3 mil, build time, failure, like reduce the failure chance. Because I want to get that into a Spec 2 facility. But when that resource point generation 1 comes in, it will be a Spec 2 facility, won't it?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it will be, because look.
How many upgrades have you got?
No, it will be a Spec 2, because look, it's going to mirror my chassis, and my chassis is a Spec 2 facility. Speaking of which, how much is that on there? That's 5 mil. I'm going to put a quality control upgrade on my powertrain. No, I don't need it.
Well, that was a sudden 180.
Holy!
I was thinking about doing simulator. Simulator upgrade is 15
Yeah, they're
million.
expensive. That's why you do them at the end of a season. When you get to big juicy money.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the activities management, the second upgrade to that. That costs 5 mil, and I'll still have enough for Lando.
Yeah, go for that.
Boom, done.
See, he's just signed his death warrant there. Because now Norris is going to get better.
And he's going to get more
by
expensive.
a lot.
I'm close to Charles, though. I'm up to 4th in the Drivers' Championship. And I'm close to Charles. Right, let's advance the time so it saves. It's done my race simulations. Done my reaction training. There's some of the weekly costs. Visit the sponsor. There's my marketing upgrade. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I now have a level 2 durability facility. Let's go have a look at it, shall we? Yes, look at that!
It looks more like they're doing a weird massage chair to the tyres.
Maybe they are.
I assume they're testing the suspension there.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, but yeah.
Right. I now pretty much am just going to save up all of my money because I get the
to
feeling...
make sure you can afford it.
I get the feeling that he's going to be in a bidding war. There might be a bidding war for Lando because his rating has gone up somewhat since when I got him. He's now joint the highest rated driver.
But does he keep that rating when he leaves? That's the question.
Probably not.
Does it drop if he
buggers up? I think it will probably drop, won't it?
I think if it takes out what my team is giving him, that's a true reflection of where he is. I've just it'll catch up in a second. I'm on the driver market and I'm filtering it by rating. So
see, like he's got 95 rating overall because of all the bonuses.
Correct.
But it doesn't like go up at all, does it? Like technically, like
I think that's
which is kind of a shame. I wish it kind of did.
It reflected properly, but to be
I
fair,
I wish like people's stuff would change depending on like where they finish and stuff like that.
Well, I think stats do change because you got to remember Bottas at the start of the game cycle had 99 awareness and he's now got 98.
Well, maybe. Interesting.
But yeah, but you got to remember, like, considering how good I've made Norris due to the upgrades, he's relatively cheap compared to the drivers around him.
No, yeah. Well, you got to think that I have Jack King in my game, and he's like literally he's practically on top. He came second in the Drivers' Championship last season in my game, and he only costs, I think it was like 4 mil.
That's not bad at all.
So I'm like, and he's now contending with me for the Drivers' Championship. He is now.
That is
There
not
was
bad at all.
only one racing incident between me and him, and that was in Dutchland. Which I think it was my fault. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm sorry. When you said Dutchland, do you mean Deutschland?
Netherlands.
No, he means
Oh,
the
the
Netherlands. So he
Netherlands.
means Dutch space land, not
Yeah.
Deutschland.
I call it
Deutschland.
Deutschland.
For those that
Deutsch.
don't know as well, I know it might become apparent in the second stream, but I had it a few streams ago where Sebastian Vettel has announced his retirement. So we're going to get a new lineup at Ferrari for Season 3.
Are we talking about in-game Sebastian Vettel?
In-game.
Or...
In-game Sebastian Vettel.
I feel like we should actually sometimes
Yeah, I
clarify.
haven't had that. The only one I've had is Raikkonen and Grosjean.
See, I haven't had Raikkonen. I had Grosjean because that's why Russell Wenzer has.
How will this go, right? Because obviously it's not going to create new drivers, is it?
I don't know.
Like, what happens when everyone retires?
I don't know.
You'll be
Will
there
you
when
become
left.
the only driver on the grid?
That'll be interesting. Or does it only like have a set number of retirements and then after that no one retires?
No, I kind of want to discover that now. There's so many things I want to like try out on this.
I feel like you should like be able to make different, like in XCOM, you can make different
Oh, look, there he is,
races
Jordan King. What a guy.
for you. Anyway, be able to make different races, and then as the lineup retires, those races you've
Yeah,
made
it would be good if
goes
they just
in.
like made up new names and they just like get added in.
random stats, random names, random preferences.
Anyway, I'm going to call it a stream. Thank you for those that came out. I've got 3 likes on the stream, so you know, I appreciate that. It'll be
3
available
likes?
on
You got 4
demand
likes
when
on
it.
the stream.
Oh, it's telling me 3 likes on my YouTube studio. It'll be available once it processes and all that stuff, and I won't have to do the title and stuff because I've figured out finally how to make it automatically do that. So that's nice. Comment and feedback on the video on demand, and we should be back. Don't know when to finish season 2.
So, also check out our Discord.
Mike is on the game.
I'm
He's
on the
on
game.
the game. Discord, Twitter, all in the description.
Twitter. And if you subscribe to Team Incompetent channel or Simon's channel or anyone else's channel in Team Competent, don't forget to hit the bell so you get all the lovely notifications of when we go live / don't go live. In my case, because my streaming service is terrible.
Well, I think he's covered most of it. So what's your closing sentiments, Lee?
I really shouldn't have eaten that Terry chocolate orange hole.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you for watching.